Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini. We are back live for another Steelers game live stream, live reactions, and commentary to the game that is about to commence here in about 15 minutes. And it is the return of AFC North football here on the channel. The Steelers with their first in-division game of the season. They take on the Cleveland Browns. They are 1-4 on the season. The Steelers coming off of their bye week. They are 3-1. Lots to talk about ahead of this game here in a little bit. We will get into some of the day's top stories surrounding this game, some key matchups, inactives, and my final prediction if time permits it. Before we get underway here with pregame festivities, if you are new here to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live again. 6 subscribers away from 600 subscribers on the channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Every single one of you counts. Let's see if we can get to 600 before the day is over here on the channel. Also, feel free to like this live stream, share this live stream so we can get more viewers in here. And in the comments section, leave any thoughts, questions, opinions, reactions that you may have to today's game. Get those in there. I enjoy interacting with you fine folks that way. Also, go give the channel a follow at Steel City SR on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And on to pregame festivities we go, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers-Browns rivalry game. Everyone knows what these two teams are all about. Really, it's kind of the theme of the AFC North football. You better be able to get down and dirty in the trenches, physical warfare on the field for 60 minutes. That is what we are all about, and that is the top story of today's game. The return of AFC North football begins for the Steelers today. 5 weeks of the NFL season gone. The Steelers have not faced anyone in the AFC North up until this point, and instead they have watched actually every other team in the division implode and fall well below where the Steelers are in the standings. That changes today, not the Steelers, moving out of first place. It is the Steelers, playing non-AFC North teams. That ends today. They go into Acrisure Stadium today against the Cleveland Browns. Then on Thursday, they will take on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. The Steelers are in a pretty good position right now, top of the AFC North right now, but we all know that this division probably is the most tightly contested division on the field out of any of the divisions across the NFL. Really, you cannot say with 100% certainty that one team, no matter how good they are, is going to blow out the other when it comes to AFC North football. The Steelers, they went 3-3 against AFC North opponents last season. Today, we will get our first look on if they can improve that record in 2025. Other top stories here for today's game. Pittsburgh, a massive rest advantage over Cleveland today. Today, the Steelers and the Browns, black and gold, that massive advantage. They are coming off of a bye week after they started the season 3-1. Their most recent win against the Minnesota Vikings was in Ireland 2 weeks ago. So a pretty fresh Pittsburgh Steelers team here today. Speaking of those Minnesota Vikings, after the Steelers beat them in Dublin, they then made a quick travel to London, where they took on the Browns last weekend. They stayed overseas after, getting defeated by the Steelers on the Emerald Isle. They go over to London and took down these Brownies 21-17 in comeback fashion. Of course, very fitting. The Browns in London, of course, they lost when something called Big Ben is in close proximity to them. Unlike the Steelers, Browns, they did not get the luxury of a bye week following their international game. That leaves them at a massive disadvantage in terms of rest, rehab, and preparation for this game today. The Steelers, they had roughly 2 weeks to lay back, recharge their batteries, lick some wounds, and game plan for what they are going to do against these Cleveland Browns today. While the Browns, they had to fly back from London, get readjusted to the time change here in the U.S., shake off some jet lag, and then get on what I presume was a bus to Pittsburgh today. So that is very, very rough for the Browns. this disparity in the past 2 weeks between the Steelers and the Browns is crazy. And if I had to guess, it will show on the field at some point today. Also, something going good for the Steelers. They get massive reinforcements in returning from injury players. Sort of playing off of that last story, the Steelers did have that bye week come at a great time. It was early in the season, which, early bye weeks tend to be problematic for teams, but this one couldn't have come at a better time, in all honesty. For the first time this season, the Steelers' defense will be fully healthy, aside from a couple of backup players on injured reserve. Joining the Steelers' defense that is coming off of 2 fantastic games against the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings, a returning outside linebacker Alex Highsmith, corner Joey Porter Jr., and to everyone's delightful surprise, corner Jalen Ramsey. Start with Highsmith here. He returns from a high ankle sprain that he suffered in week 2 against the Seattle Seahawks. Will he return to his normal role as the starting right outside linebacker with how Nick Herbig has performed recently? We will wait and see that today. Corner Joey Porter Jr., he had a hamstring injury in week 1 against the New York Jets. That sidelined him up until this point. He was going to be back today for sure. We kind of known this for a couple of weeks now that he was going to be back 100% after the bye week. And then Ramsey, this will be we will see him. He suffered a hamstring injury as well against the Vikings 2 weeks ago. And it was initially reported that Jalen Ramsey was going to be knocked out for multiple games. Apparently, his rehab went very well, worked hard like crazy. He returns for the first in-division game of the season. With the return of Porter and Ramsey, this will be the first time since week 1 that the Steelers have a fully healthy secondary, and hopefully it lasts for more than just a quarter like it did in New Jersey. The return from injury fund doesn't stop there. Also back this afternoon, running back Jaylen Warren. He was dealing with a nagging knee injury, was a somewhat surprising holdout in the Vikings game. We thought he would be good to go in that one. Instead, Steelers decided hold him out, let him rest up for an extra 2 weeks pretty much here, and now he is back today. So the only definite out today for the Steelers, wide receiver Calvin Austin. That could be an issue. We'll get into that in the key matchups here in a moment, but a locked and loaded defense plus the Steelers offense getting back a big weapon in Jaylen Warren, that adds to the Steelers' advantages inside Acrisure Stadium today. Last top story heading into today's game between the Steelers and the Browns. New players, same Browns. Don't mean that as a knock. Well, I kind of do, but I also don't. After everything I just said, in the past couple of minutes, I want to reel things back in here and say, let's not, cast off the Browns as some ragtag group too hastily here. Yes, the Browns, they're 1-4. Yes, they have still a familiar coaching staff in Kevin Stefanski and defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz. And yes, they still got players on both sides of the ball that we've seen before, but they do have what could be the biggest advantage in this game, and that is unfamiliarity at some positions on this team. Reason why I say that, the Browns, I believe, have the best rookie class of this past year's draft, performance-wise, so far this season. Starting on offense, they have a young running back who is quickly putting the NFL on notice in Quinshon Judkins, Ohio State Buckeye, national champion. In 4 games, starting 3 of them, Judkins, 347 yards, 72 carries, 2 touchdowns. Back when I was covering the draft a couple of months ago, I believe I had Judkins as the third best running back, in the class behind, the obvious 2 best ones in that class. That was Ashton Genty and Omarion Hampton. So Judkins, I know he's dangerous. Loved his tape. He's big, he's fast, and he could, go off today against the Steelers if they're not careful. Also on offense for the Browns, their new quarterback, rookie out of Oregon, 3rd-round pick, Dylan Gabriel. had his first NFL start over in London against the Vikings last week. Lefty QB, he went 19 for 33, 190 yards through the air, and 2 passing touchdowns. It's not the most godly stat line, that will blow your pants off here, but watching him at certain points in that game, he passed the eye test where he didn't look too overwhelmed or didn't know what he was doing out there. So don't, think of Gabriel as some just random rookie here. Other rookies on the Browns offense to take note of: wide receiver out of Texas, speedy guy, Isaiah Bond. They have a legit second tight end option behind David Njoku in Harold Fannin out of Bowling Green. And they also invested another draft pick in this year's draft in Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee. I thought highly of him in the draft as well. On defense to help out Myles Garrett and company, the Browns, they invested 2 high draft picks in defensive tackle Mason Graham out of Michigan and linebacker Carson Schweschinger out of UCLA. Graham held his own in the middle of the Browns D-line so far, and Schweschinger, as a rookie, he leads the Browns defense in total tackles with 44. That is 6 tackles ahead of the next guy, which ironically is former Steelers linebacker Devin Bush. So this Browns rookie class, it's good, it's dangerous, and it could be a big factor in this game because the Steelers may not know their tendencies too well yet because they are still infants in their NFL careers. To the key matchups of the game real quickly. Obviously, we're going to talk about the 2 defensive players of the years here in their matchups today. Let's start with Myles Garrett. He goes against Broderick Jones today. This is really the one matchup that worries Steelers fans because even though we hate Garrett to Kingdom Come here, he's in the middle of another good start to the season. I believe he has 4 sacks and 8 TFLs already. And Jones, though he's steadily gotten better through the first 4 weeks of the season. Still, though, he's allowed, I believe, 4 of the 9 sacks on Aaron Rodgers so far this year for the Steelers. Don't expect to see that matchup, a ton, though. Steelers offensive coordinator and head coach Mike Tomlin, they said this week that they liked what they saw in the production that they got from using the jumbo tight end package that has 6'6", 300-pound tight end Darnell Washington and backup offensive lineman Spencer Anderson. So the Steelers, they're probably going to continue that today, especially against a 4-3 defensive front like the Browns. I think you'll rarely see Garrett and Jones lined up one-on-one too much. As for Garrett's arch nemesis, TJ Watt, he too is going to require a lot of attention for the Browns. Watt, he's heated up over the past 2 games, and he goes against Pro Bowl right tackle and Jack Conklin today. Even with Conklin on Watt's side, I still think the Browns, they're going to commit some chips from tight ends and running backs to help him. So I want to see how Watt combats that today. Of course, both of these guys, they are going to be schemed around by the opposing offenses. And with that happening, today's game, it could come down to which of these 2 defensive fronts, minus Watt and Garrett, which one of those 2, which of these teams are going to be able to get to the quarterback the most when the stars are getting all the attention. Lastly, on Watt and Garrett here, both men, they come in with extra motivation, aside from, them clearly hating each other. Garrett, for the past 48 hours, he's been showing that he's hyped up for this game. He said he would love to add Aaron Rodgers to his Halloween QB graveyard. He reposted the Steelers fans chanting F Myles Garrett at the Pat McAfee show in Latrobe from a couple of months ago. And most recently, Garrett posted a picture of himself during last year's win of the Browns over the Steelers with Renegade playing over that post. So that's how Garrett's feeling coming into this game. Meanwhile, Watt, he celebrated his 31st birthday yesterday, and he would love nothing more than to give himself a belated birthday present by going out there and eating alive Dylan Gabriel today. Oh, and of course, TJ Watt comes into today, 17 career sacks against the Browns, and he's beating Myles Garrett in every single stat category when you compare their 2 careers together. On to the other two key matchups I'm looking forward to today real quickly. Steelers wide receivers versus the Browns questionable secondary. Obvious matchup here. DK Metcalf, Denzel Ward. But beyond these two, we don't know what to expect from either side here. No Calvin Austin today for the Steelers. That means they are either going to need to use their tight ends in the passing game more, or you're going to see Roman Wilson, Scotty Miller, Ben Skoranek, those guys play dress up as a wide receiver too today. Mike Tomlin said, we could see a bigger role for Miller in Wilson, but I'll believe it when I see it. And with the Browns defense centered around their front getting to the quarterback, expect the Steelers to use a quick passing game today a lot, which makes how these guys step up even that much more important. For the Browns, they got Denzel Ward at corner. Behind him, no Martin Emerson. He's out for the year. No Greg Newsome. He just got traded to Jacksonville. Instead, it is going to be a 3-day-old to the team, Tyson Campbell, who came back in the Newsome trade, and some guys that I've barely even heard of, like Dom Jones and Niles Harden. So whichever unit beyond their top guy here, the Browns secondary or the Steelers receivers, whichever unit is good or maybe even just doesn't suck, will go a long way in getting whichever team a victory today. Last matchup here before we get to kickoff here, a 64-degree cloudy day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Beautiful football weather. Mike Tomlin versus Dylan Gabriel. Tomlin, 26-6 against rookie quarterbacks in his career. Gabriel, though he's a rookie, very experienced in college. Who will win that matchup? Will Tomlin continue his dominance against rookies, or will Gabriel be able to have a breakout performance here today? I believe it is Schmitz is the kicker for the Browns. He kicks it off, and we are underway in Pittsburgh. This one is going to be brought out by, I believe that is number 85, Keyshawn Williams. Just got elevated from the practice squad to the active roster for today's game. He will probably get looks at punt returner as well if it's not Scotty Miller. But I think early there, Kenneth Gainwell and Keyshawn Williams, the kick returners. Got our first look at the Steelers offense here for today's game. 9 of you in here right now. Welcome, Freight Train, Joe, Jamada. I see you guys in the comment section. I will get to you in a moment. Welcome to all 9 of you in here right now. I'm sure that number will grow throughout the day. Please hit that subscribe button. Steelers are going to start the game here from their own 28 after the return from Williams. Rodgers takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and gets it out to Darnell Washington in space. The big man is rolling. Can they bring him down? Ball gets punched loose at the end there by Tyson Campbell, but Washington out of bounds. That was a beautiful fake handoff by Aaron Rodgers to Jaylen Warren. Darnell Washington faked like he was going to run block there and then leaked out as a receiver. About 3 Browns defenders were down near the line of scrimmage there when Washington caught that ball. He had to catch up to him. A massive gain for the Steelers to begin this game. There's Darnell Washington. We said the tight end's going to be used a bit more here today. There's our first idea of that right there. Jaylen Warren is the back here, way behind Aaron Rodgers by nearly 10 yards. DK Metcalf motions in as a fullback here. Rodgers under center. Handoff to Warren. Started running to the left, broke it back to the right, and got about 3 yards right there on that. The Steelers showing some different stuff we have not seen in 2 plays already. Washington gets involved in the passing game other than the red zone, and DK Metcalf lines up as a fullback. That's kind of crazy. Of course, they are showing the key matchup here, Myles Garrett versus Broderick Jones. We'll pay attention to that matchup, as well as who TJ Watt lines up across from throughout the game here today. Metcalf on the sideline here for this next play. So is Ben Skoranek. Looks like we got 12 personnel for the Steelers. Handoff again to Jaylen Warren, running to the right, gets forward again. A gain of about 3, so 3rd and manageable here for the Steelers. Showing the Browns defense right there. This defense for the Browns, one of the best in the NFL, and it is that front 7 that is really doing the heavy lifting for them. course, you got Garrett. You also got Mason Graham, the first-round pick who I mentioned. Malik Collins, Shelby Harris, Isaiah McGuire. He's had a good start to the year. Schwessinger and Bush, the linebackers. The Browns look like they might show blitz here on Rodgers. Let's see how many they rush. Rodgers with Warren to his right. They rush 5. Back to pass. Rodgers pump fakes, throws. Caught by Jonnu Smith. He takes a hit from Denzel Ward, but it is at the line to gain a first down for the Steelers. They move the chains with 12:20 on the clock here in the first quarter. Great pump there by Rodgers. Not sure if he was maybe looking Scotty Miller's way, but Jonnu Smith running an in route, stops, breaks it back out, and it was caught right at the line to gain. 12:05 in rolling down here in the first quarter. Steelers, looks like they are not going to break the huddle. Instead, we're going to have a timeout here for the Steelers. Rodgers talking with the sideline. Looking like he might not be able to hear Arthur Smith. He's like motioning to his head here as Rodgers talking with Arthur Smith, maybe telling Artie fix your microphone or something. Apparently some issues relaying the plays here. Real quick, just going over the inactives today for this game between the Steelers and the Browns. Calvin Austin, of course, out with a shoulder injury for the Black and Gold. Chuck Clark, who played 31 snaps against the Vikings 2 weeks ago, he is out today. Jabril Peppers, who played 0 defensive snaps versus Minnesota, he is still in. Andres Pete, Logan Lee, DeMarvin Leal, the other 3 inactives for the Steelers. For the Browns, they're down one, routine contributor on defense, Michael Hall. We'll get to their healthy inactives here in a minute. Rodgers taking the snap from his own 26. Out throw here for Metcalf. That is high and incomplete. Denzel Ward in tight coverage anyways. The healthy scratches today for the Browns. Jarek Bernard Converse, a corner. Raheem Sanders, Thayer Munford, Zach Sinter, and Cornelius Lucas. Those last 3 offensive linemen there for the Browns. Here is Kenneth Gainwell now in the game for the Steelers, coming off a 99-yard rushing performance in place of Jaylen Warren 2 weeks ago. 135 all-purpose yards. Steelers got a 3-receiver set at the top of the screen. Handoff here to Gainwell. He's going to try to break it out to the left there, and the Browns read it all the way. They clogged up the lane he was looking for initially, and then he couldn't get the edge. He'll lose a yard on that play. They're showing right now the standings in the AFC North on the screen. The Steelers, the only AFC North team with a winning record right now, and with a -2 point differential. That's best in the AFC North by a lot, too. I believe the next closest is maybe the Browns with a -53 differential. It is crazy right now, the position the Steelers are in. Snap is taken here by Rodgers. He's going to fire, and it's incomplete. Was looking to the left for Jonnu Smith. There were 2 Browns in the area. Rodgers got it over the first one, and the ball sailed on the second there. Myles Garrett and Jaylen Warren and Broderick Jones were trying to fend off Myles Garrett there. Garrett might have rushed Rodgers' throw there. I don't know. It's going to be 4th and 11 here. And Chris Boswell is on to kick this field goal. 44-yarder from the left hash. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Mr. Automatic, Chris Boswell gets the Steelers on the board here today. And that is going to make it 3-0 Pittsburgh as we head to our first commercial break of the game here. To the comment section we go here. Freight Train watching on the TV, so the chat is limited. That is quite all right, Freight Train, including the NFL this year with HQ and many extra points. Just check it. Screen variety. Okay. Sorry, Joe. Don't mean to do this to you, but I'm going to delete your comment there if it's some sort of illegal stream. I apologize there, Joe. CBS has the game here in Pittsburgh. Yes, that is what we are watching it on right now. Also, I forget, are the Ravens playing right now? Yeah, they are against the Rams, and I was surprised. I had a second screen here lined up to keep an eye on the Ravens and Rams. I even checked the guide here, in Western Pennsylvania. Fox doesn't even have any, NFL game going on right now. I don't think so. I was like confused by that. I'm like, all right, maybe I can watch the Ravens, or, at least I know they play the Eagles all the time around here too, but no watching the Ravens Rams game. No Lamar Jackson again. No Roquan Smith or any of that for the Ravens. They are still injured to hell and back. It's 0-0 in that game with 11:02 left in the first quarter right now. Real quick, while I got the rest of this commercial break, going to give my final predictions for this game. Better late than never, I guess. We talked about how the Steelers, they have the rest advantage in this game compared to the Browns. We talked about how Mike Tomlin has an outstanding record against rookie quarterbacks, and we mentioned a couple of other things the Steelers have going their way heading into today's game. Add on to all of that, the Steelers, they are 14-4 coming off bye weeks under Mike Tomlin. They are in the midst of an 8-game winning streak off of byes since 2017. And also, the Browns have lost 21 straight regular season games against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Everything I just mentioned, that's pointing towards a Steelers blowout win over the Browns today. However, I think the Steelers, we're still waiting, us fans, for Mike Tomlin in the trap game to come. We always know that the Steelers lose at least one game a year that they never should, and the AFC North is always close. Factoring that in, I do think the Steelers win today by double digits, but also the Browns, they'll keep it close for most of the game. This kickoff here from Chris Boswell going to be fielded at the goal line. That is brought out by number... I forget. I do not see who that was there for the Browns. An all right return there. Got it out, I think, around the 20 or 25-yard line. Final score prediction here for this game today. I'm going to go with Steelers 31, Browns 21. That'll be my final score here today. Steelers still win by 2 scores. Ball is officially placed here at the Browns 28-yard line. There was a running back, I believe Judkins in the backfield. He now motions out. Empty backfield here for Dylan Gabriel. Steelers, they will rush for throw over the middle by Gabriel. Nobody there. Patrick Queen was the nearest Steeler in the area. He could have maybe had a pick on that had he seen it. I'll admit, Gabriel, he's 5'11", I think. Oregon quarterback from a couple of years ago. He just disappeared when the Steelers rushed for there and got, pressure on him. I lost sight of him in the sea of bodies there. I think that's what, caused Patrick Queen to not pick up on that ball. Looks like we got 12 personnel here. No, a jumbo tight end package here for the Browns. It's a handoff to Judkins, and he's going nowhere. That is going to be held for, at most, a no gain. He may have even lost a yard or a half there. Did Judkins. Third down here for the Steelers. Interesting stats here. CBS pops up at the bottom of their screen. The Browns, 8 giveaways. That's 4th most in the NFL. The Steelers with 10 takeaways so far this year. That is 2nd most in the NFL. Third down, Steelers Nation. It is thundering there at Acrisure Stadium. The first time they are seeing their Steelers in Acrisure in 3 weeks. Gabriel firing over the middle here. It's incomplete. I believe he was looking for Isaiah Bond there, but a flag flew as soon as the ball was snapped. And it's going to be an offsides on the Steelers. TJ Watt, they are saying, was lined up in the neutral zone. My goodness. A free first down here for Cleveland. Looking there, from this angle, you can't tell if Watt is lined up in the neutral zone or not. You'll have to show a direct sideline shot there for us to tell, but if Watt was offsides, he barely was there. It's going to now be 3rd and 5 here for the Browns here. Gabriel, 2 incompletions so far. Steelers moving all around. They rush 4. Gabriel back to pass, firing over the middle, wide open on a crosser. That is Jerry Jeudy, flung down there by Juan Thornhill. And Thornhill is going to get up here with the ball, but it looks like they whistled Jeudy down, or his forward progress was at least stopped. Looking here, Juan Thornhill ripping at that ball as Jeudy was going down to the ground here. And I don't know. I couldn't get a good look if that ball was out before he hit the ground. Nonetheless, I think the referees blew the whistle beforehand. First down run here by Quinshon Judkins is going to go for a yard. And now we got a flag here. Joey Porter Jr. and Jerry Jeudy tied up, giving each other a little bit of face shoves here with the face masks. Let's see who this flag is on. The officials are going to converse here. Let's see who's going to get called for it. Will it be Porter or Jeudy? And it is a personal foul on the offense. Jerry Jeudy with a hot-headed penalty right there. Porter. Yeah, Porter, I'll admit, got a couple of hands to the face there of Jeudy, and Jeudy retaliates with a face palm to Porter. So there's a PZ Jr. playing with a bit of an edge like his father, playing to the echo of the whistle. Jeudy retaliates. They always get the retaliator in those penalties. So after the Steelers have a untimely penalty, the Browns, they have one as well. It's now going to be 2nd and 23 at the Browns 32. Gabriel with a back to his left. That's Dylan Sampson. Back to pass is Gabriel. He's going to throw it out to the flat here. Dylan Sampson gets around Jalen Ramsey, but Ramsey got a piece of him on the way by. Sampson tried to jump over out of the way of Ramsey. Looks like Jalen just got a hand on his right leg to trip him up. Great play there by number 5 in black and gold. Very reassuring that he is out there today. We thought for sure he'd be out today with his hamstring injury. Rehabbed it very aggressively during the bye week. Out there today. Isaiah Bond motions from the right of the formation to the left. Gabriel back to pass. Throwing over the middle. It's caught at the line to gain, but it's dropped by Jerry Jeudy. 2 Steelers were nearby, but that was no excuse there for Jeudy. Hit him right in the hands, and it just fell. Maybe he heard the footsteps of Darius Slay coming after him right there. Couldn't focus on that catch, and now the Browns, they're going to punt. 4th and 19. Cody Bajorquez, the punter, gets this one away. The punt returner, it's going to be Keyshawn Williams. Makes one man miss at the 11. Makes another couple guys miss. Keyshawn Williams, he's up to the 30. Off to the 40. He's got the punter to beat. And he goes down at the Steelers' 41-yard line. From the practice squad to the active roster, Keyshawn Williams with an outstanding return. Flag is down on the play, though. Let's see what this is about here. Is this going to be coming back at all? Great moves by Williams to make about 10 guys miss. The 11th was the punter. Was able to slow down Williams before a returning Brown was able to bring him down. Let's see what the flag is here. We got an illegal blindside block here on the Steelers. That is Jabril Peppers. And I don't know about that one. It was number 5 for the Browns that he hit. That is, who is that? I don't know much of the Browns here because they change everyone. That was Rashawn Jenkins, the former Jacksonville Jaguar. So that penalty on Jabril Peppers puts a bit of a damper on that return there from Keyshawn Williams, who just made an absolutely impressive return right there. You think he's fired up? You think he doesn't want to go back to the practice squad? Tell you what, that's one way to get yourself noticed right there. Still 3-0 Steelers. They get a field goal on their opening drive after it stalls out. The Browns, I believe, got one first down, and then they couldn't do much on offense. We'll be back here in a minute after this brief break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0. The Pittsburgh Steelers up right now on the Cleveland Browns, and they're about to get the ball back on offense. Keyshawn Williams had a fantastic return to the Browns 41, but that good return is going to get negated by an illegal blindside block by Jabril Peppers. That's enforced at the Steelers' 20-yard line here. Show him more here. I mean, that's just a rough penalty to take there. It wasn't all that egregious. It's not like Peppers blew up the guy, but just untimely there. Steelers start this drive at their 10. Pitch play here to Jaylen Warren. That's going nowhere. Loss of 1 or 2 on the play. Showing Steelers special teams coordinator Danny Smith there. He's talking with Jabril Peppers. Mike Tomlin gave a talk to Peppers as well before the break. Quick 2nd and 11 pass here from Aaron Rodgers over the middle. That's caught by Jaylen Warren. Gets about half of what he needs for the first down. It's going to be a quick 3rd down here for the Steelers. Want a little bit hurry up there on that 2nd down play. Ben Skoranek and I believe that was Jonnu Smith. They are now on the field together. Show Browns DC Jim Schwartz, outstanding defensive coordinator, 3rd season with the Browns. Kenneth Gainwell motioning all around. Now he lines up in the slot. Rodgers back to pass. He's going to take a shot down the sideline there. Is that caught by DK Metcalf? 1-on-1 with Tyson Campbell, the new guy. And Metcalf, outstanding patience with the hands. Able to bring that one in. What a catch there by number 4. Campbell got his head around late. The ball almost like skimmed his face mask. It was that tight of a coverage. And Metcalf able to haul it in for a big first down right there. Darnell Washington. Steelers looks like I think they have a jumbo set of tight ends here. No, they don't. Just the regular 12 personnel here. Run for Kenneth Gainwell. That's going to go for a yard here. The Browns outstanding against the run this season. They're doing a good job at limiting the Steelers' rush to just a couple of yards a carry here so far. They're showing Dylan Gabriel, Browns quarterback, on the sideline looking at the tablet. What disparity in this matchup here between these two quarterbacks. A rookie making his second career NFL start in Dylan Gabriel versus Aaron Rodgers, who's approaching 250 starts in his career in the NFL. Rodgers under center here, faking the handoff to Warren. Back to pass at his 30. He's going to get wrapped up here and got the ball away to Kenneth Gainwell somehow, but still, though, massive loss on the play. I don't think it's going to count as a sack here for Rodgers. He was wrapped up by number 90 for the Browns there, and then somehow got the ball away to Gainwell. He was taken down by Shelby Harris. So now it's 3rd and long again here for the Steelers. 3rd and 18. Ball will be spotted at their own 31-yard line. Rodgers back to pass. Checks it down here to Kenneth Gainwell. He's got a long way to go, and he is going to get taken down. 3 Browns corral him. 4th down and a punt here coming up for the Steelers. The offense, they've had really one big play on each of their drives, but other than that, it's been some rough sailing here. Corliss Waitman, the punter, coming on here. Looked real quick during the break. The Ravens now up 3-0 on the Rams late in the first quarter. They kicked the field goal. Waitman, the punter, gets this one away. It's heading towards the sideline. It's going to be caught by the opposing punter, Bojorquez, at the 20 on the sideline. So wonder where they'll spot that ball. That'll be interesting. See how Waitman looks on his punt average there. Let's see here. Yeah, Ravens up 3-0 here. Cooper Rush, the starting quarterback for them. He, on the first drive for the Ravens, well, just together so far, Rush 2 for 3, 12 yards. They've given the ball to Derrick Henry 6 times for 40 yards. Guess the Ravens finally figured out, hey, if we want to at least have a chance to win while Jackson is out, we better give it to Big 22. Don't need to hear you there, ESPN. Back here in a couple minutes. 6 of you in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button. 6 subscribers away from 600 here on the channel. We will be back here in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 Steelers. 3:54 left here in the first quarter. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Browns here at the 29. Faking the handoff here is Dylan Gabriel. Turns and fires over the middle. Jamari Thrash able to haul it in. It was a little out in front of him. He had to dive for it. It'll be 2nd down and 1 here for Cleveland. Tell you what, if Gabriel hits thrash in stride right there. It's probably a good thing that he had to dive and go down for that ball, because like a lion hunting a gazelle, Jalen Ramsey with a full head of steam was coming upfield there. It's like we got a second down run here to Quinshon Judkins. It's a gain of 3. Only needed 1 first down for the Browns. Now we're getting a bit of a highlight package here for Quinshon Judkins. Like I said, second-round pick out of Ohio State, national champion. He and Trevion Henderson, the outstanding running back duo with those Buckeyes. Henderson, the Steelers saw a couple of weeks ago against with the Patriots. Don't think he did too much in that game. Judkins, though, he is the clear number 1 guy in Cleveland. Hand off to the man who was drafted after him, the other running back from that Browns draft class, Dylan Sampson. He gets end around handoff here. Only gains a couple. Also got to look at Shadur Sanders there on the sideline. I'm not going to be one of those people that makes a big deal that he is now the QB2. Not, worth the time or effort there. 2nd and 8 now. Judkins behind Gabriel. Motions to his left now. Gabriel back to pass. Throws it high for Judkins, incomplete. Leaking out of the backfield. Flag on the play here, so let's see who this call is going against. And right now they got the cameras on Jack Conklin. Joey Porter Jr. is in there talking with someone. And it is an illegal use of hands to the face by Jabril Peppers? The hell is going on? I gotta see a replay of this. You're telling me out of everything that went on that play, Jabril Peppers is the one who is getting flagged there? Tell you what, that might land him in the doghouse. Costly BS still, but costly penalty on the Keyshawn Williams return, and now that. So, what the heck is going on with Jabril Peppers today in penalties? He got a timeout taken here after that penalty by the Browns. So now, in the first quarter, both teams have each earned a timeout with 2:28 left to go. Lots of people chiming in on Twitter, calling that BS call on Jabril Peppers terrible. Tell you what, flag happy crew here for the referees. That's now what, 4 penalties? Maybe 5 in the first quarter. Meanwhile, the Cowboys and Panthers, they're playing right now. And of course, we get a George Pickens highlight thrown into our face. He hurdles a man against the Panthers. That's pretty typical. Dylan Gabriel back to pass here, and he is going to go down, a sack. And it is Jalen Ramsey. And Ramsey is slow to get up there. He's going to head off to the sideline. Ramsey blitzing from the nickel position here. No one picked him up. Harold Fannin, the tight end, realized too late that Ramsey was coming. He takes down Gabriel, and looks like Ramsey was clutching at his midsection there. He might have had the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully that is all there. Gabriel here, handoff to Judkins. It's 2nd and 17. Judkins, nothing up the middle, runs to the left, and he is going to have nowhere to go there either. Maybe gets a gain of 2. But Darius Slay and Peyton Wilson forming a human wall there that Judkins could not go through. 3rd and 16 now. Judkins on the sideline here. Looks like no running back maybe out there for the Browns right now. No, it is one. It's Jerome Ford. 2 receivers to each side of the formation here for the Browns. Ford, the running back. Gabriel, back to pass. Firing. Caught there. That is going to be short. No, he's still up and going, but they're going to blow the whistle dead. That is number 84 for the Browns, Gage Lavardane, a former USC Gamecock. It's going to be a gain of 8, and the Browns are going to bring out the punt unit here. Darius Slay has him wrapped up by his legs. So does Juan Thornhill. And Lavardane was able to get out of that and looked like he could continue running, but the referees blew the whistle dead at midfield. Bajorquez on for another punt here for Cleveland. Ball is away. Williams not going to even be given a chance to return this ball. It hits out. Let's see where they mark it here. Up past the 20. Up past the 25. That is going to be at the 29-yard line. Wow. Did not think it went out of bounds that early. Jeez. That was even a worse punt than it looked like there. So, Steelers in all right position there to start this drive. To the comment section we go here. Lance in the comment section. Welcome, Lance. What up, AFC North? Ball. Steelers run defense looks much better with Harmon healthy. Yeah, this has been a game of trench warfare right now. You got one of the best running defense teams in the league, and the Cleveland Browns right now, and the Steelers, now that they're back healthy, they're going to be in contention with the Browns for that here in a second. But this time, the Browns, they're going to give up a good gain, and that is number 20, Caleb Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. He's been spotted. A 9-yard run right up the gut there. Good blocking by the Steelers offensive line. And Caleb Johnson, hell yeah, maybe a little bit of a confidence booster for him there. Solid run for the third-round rookie out of Iowa. Lance again in the comments. Harmon draws doubles and lets Benton be explosive. Yeah, I just think Derek Harmon, he's a rookie. He's kind of like, looking at the other side of the ball, that Quinshon Judkins, where these guys, you just plop them down in the NFL, and they're going to take off running. Harmon's done exactly that. Hasn't, lit up the stat sheet, per se, through his first couple of games, but he has gotten the attention of a ton of the Steelers' opponents, that's for sure. And that not only frees up, Keanu Benton, like you said, TJ Watt, since Harmon's been here and getting more attention on that, left side of the formation. Watt's been able to get one-on-ones, not a ton, but more. The Steelers have been showing more blitzes. Patrick Queen against the Vikings, he had a couple of sacks. Jalen Ramsey just had a sack on a nickel blitz here. Steelers defense being healthy like that, leads to that type of stuff. If he is doubled every play, his personal stats will be low, but the defense stats will be much better. That's exactly what you're seeing right now. Harmon, Cam Hayward in training. He's off to a hell of a start. Like Cam. 10 of you in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button if you are new here. We are at 594 subscribers, so 6 away from 600. Let's see if we can hit it today. Freight Train and Lance, 2 reoccurring viewers in the comments section today. No sign from the likes of Flacco, Echelon, Motion Pictures, those types of guys out on the prowl. No sighting of those types of guys yet, but I'm sure they will be in here potentially a little bit later on. Update here in the Ravens-Rams game. That game is now heading into the second quarter. Baltimore still up 3-0. So we'll keep an eye on that game. Looking at some other scores across the NFL right now. Miami up 7-6 on the Chargers. Patriots up 13-6 on the Saints. Cardinals and Colts, they're tied at 7. right now. The Cowboys up 10-3 on the Panthers. The Seahawks down 6-0 to the Jaguars right now. Steelers with Caleb Johnson as the back here. He gets the ball again, lowers his shoulder, and gets ahead for a gain of 3 there. The rookie again getting the ball. First down for the Steelers. Jaylen Warren now comes in. So now they're showing the highlight there, the Cowboys passing touchdown against the Panthers. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Steelers from their own 41. Browns might be bringing 5 here, might bring more. They rush 4. Rodgers back to pass, throws, and that ball, I think, hit someone on the way out of the pocket. Incomplete pass. Maybe instead it was that Knight there Wright for Cleveland might have gotten his hand in there that batted that ball. Not quite sure what happened there. Rodgers 6 for 9 for 68 yards to this point. Scotty Miller motions from right to left. Lines up behind DK Metcalf at the top of the screen. Rodgers hands it off here. Jaylen Warren was able to break that arm tackle, was able to run over Ronnie Hickman. And that's a first down run for Jaylen Warren on 2nd and 10. Breaking 2 tackles there. Believe that was Wright again, who tried to tackle Jaylen near the line of scrimmage. Warren stayed on his feet, lowered his head and his shoulder, and just ran over Hickman, the safety. It's now 4 carries for 16 yards for number 30 today. Darnell Washington, he lines up. Now he motions from right to left. Pitch here to Jaylen Warren. He is going to get forward for, I think, 4 yards before his progress is stopped there. It's going to be 2nd and 7 now. By the way, it looks like he is all right there. Hasn't gone out. Troy Fautanu on that last run by Jaylen Warren, the first down run. Looks like for the Browns, someone landed on the back of his legs. However, he's all right. 2nd and 7 now for the Steelers. Darnell Washington. We got a jumbo tight end package here. Darnell Washington and Spencer Anderson lined up to the right. It's going to be a pitch to Warren. He's going to run that way, and Warren is going to get forward for another gain here up to, I think, it's going to be a gain of 5 here. We'll see where they spot it here. A jumbo tight end set right there. Spencer Anderson, the backup tackle, and Darnell Washington. You're probably looking at around 600 pounds of man meat right there, blocking for Jaylen Warren. 3rd and 3 now. This ball will be at the 41 of the Browns. Got Pat Freiermuth lined up out there. 12 personnel. Jonnu Smith out as a receiver as well. Run here for Caleb. That is Kenneth Gainwell on 3rd down. Nice gain there. First down, Steelers moving the sticks again. Browns rushing 4 pretty softly there. And a great block there by Mason McCormick and Zach Frazier to open up that hole for Kenny G. $11:30 left here in the second quarter. Gainwell lined up out as a wide receiver here. Metcalf at the top of the screen. Rodgers takes the snap, rolls out to the right, throws. It is just out of reach of Darnell Washington. All six of them couldn't use that length to bring in that pass from Rodgers. A floater and just ahead of Washington. So close there. Rodgers jumping up and down there. Looks like He might have known that could have been 6 right there if Washington is able to bring that in. Now Washington down in a 3-point stance. Besides Troy Fautanu, Rogers going to line up one deep here for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Was looking down the left sideline for Metcalf. Tyson Campbell, the new Brown, got traded there this week from the Jaguars. Didn't get his head around on the ball, though. The ball hit him in the back, right in the nameplate. Rogers, arms up, looking like, hey, was there not a penalty there? It didn't even turn around. And now it's 3rd and 10. Empty backfield for Rogers. Takes the snap, looking to his left. Fires. It's going to be off the hands and incomplete of DK Metcalf as he was heading out of bounds. Would have been well short of the sticks anyways. And now the field goal unit again is going to come on here for the Steelers. Now the field goal unit's going to come on here again for the Steelers. From the right hash, this is going to be... Tell you what, the kick is good. The kick is good, but yikes, that was just barely inside that right post. Woo! All right. Now we're at 6-0 Steelers. In the second quarter, it's offense, or more like these two defenses, playing some damn good football right now. So we'll see if the Browns can respond. Can the defense keep up their good work for the Steelers? The comments section real quick here. Lance in the comments section. Hit the like and subscribe to help grow the channel. Freight Train here watching. Okay, on CBS, but listening to you. Appreciate that, Freight Train. Just got back from vacation at the beach. Now I'm installing my floor in my house. Hope you had a good vacation there, Freight Train. What beach did you go to? That's interesting. I think Pickens made another insane catch and run today. Yep. I saw that. Only bringing straight for, still getting pressure. Jalen Warren with the truck stick there on Ronnie Hickman. And yes, Freight Train, no PI call. They're going to be a cameo appearance from SCSR Dad today. We will see there, Lance. Check back later for that. We will see. Going to commercial break right now is the football game. We'll be back here in a couple of moments. Stay where you are. 8 of you in here right now. Still hanging on at 594 subscribers. So please hit that button. Let's get to 600 today. Back here in a minute. All right, we are back. 11:01 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Chris Boswell is going to kick this one away. It's going to be fielded at about the 2, and bringing it out here is going to be Dylan Sampson, and he is going to be tackled at about the 26 or 27 yard line. So the Browns going to be starting their drive there. 6-0 the score here. Freight train celebration of the anniversary where you and your wife got married in Oak Island, North Carolina. Had to deal with MIL Ashes too. She wanted spread where we got married on the beach. Sorry for your loss there, Freight train. Awesome vacation. So I'm sure you went on. Oak Island, North Carolina. Have not been to that one yet. Been to Ocean City, Atlantic City, Myrtle Beach. Atlantic City, easily my least favorite of those. I don't know if it was, the city itself or if it was the time of year. I was there in like the winter time. I think that was a run there for the Browns for a couple of yards. They're showing their week of action off the field. Of course, they traded Joe Flacco, who the Steelers will see on Thursday night. They also had that big trade sending Greg Newsome to Jacksonville, getting Tyson Campbell in return. Looks like we got Dylan Gabriel here on 2nd and 7. Handoff to Dylan Sampson. He is going to be tackled by Patrick Queen, and TJ Watt there. Maybe got a gain of 3 yards there. We'll see officially what they make this. Patrick Queen going low. TJ Watt going high, punching at that football. 3rd down and 4 here for the Browns. 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions for the Browns today. They've been in 3rd and long a lot already today. So now it is going to be a much more manageable 3rd and 4 here. Gabriel back to pass. Pressure all around him. He's going to go down. Flag is down in the backfield here. It's a sack for the Steelers at the moment there. TJ Watt looks like he's thinking he's going to get it there. A kick for him. And it's a holding on the offense. That penalty is declined. TJ Watt with the sack. And it's Cam Robinson, the left tackle, another former Jaguar who takes that penalty on Nick Herbig. And big number 90, a birthday sack for himself right there. The leg kick and all. Brown's going to punt again. Bojorquez, the punter, standing at his own 13. Bojorquez, punt is away. Keyshawn Williams, let's see if he gets the chance to return this time. Backpedals at his own 15. He takes it to the 20. Now he's going to get tackled down there at about the 21. So it's going to be a gain of 5 or 6 yards right there. To the comments section we go here. Yins in France is here again. Go Steelers. Welcome back, Jaeger. Never forget you as well. France, the farthest that I think the community on this channel has stretched thus far. Had someone from Oregon. We've had, I believe, someone from Mexico on here on one point, which Steelers nation, very popular down there. And then France, farthest out there that we've heard from, Jaeger. So always appreciate you for that. Got a commercial break here. See if there was any score change at all between the Ravens and the Rams. That is the other AFC North game going on right now. The Bengals and Packers. They are at 4:25 today. We'll get our first look at Joe Flacco and scout ahead for Thursday's game a little bit. Watching that. The Rams, they have tied it up 3-3 in the second quarter. So hopefully that's a good sign of more points to come here for them. 10 of you in here right now, please hit that subscribe button. 6 away from 600 on the channel. Would appreciate it if you hit that. Back here in a few moments. Steelers-Browns rolls on 6-0. Black and gold getting the ball back. in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. 6-0 Steelers, 8:57 to go here in the second quarter. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Steelers here at their own 21. Rodgers, if I believe that is Caleb Johnson to his right. It's going to be a quick screen here to Jonnu Smith, and he'll get ahead for about 5 or 6 yards. Real quick, though, to the comments section. Cam Bunn, love the channel. Keep up the great work, Brady. Go Lurs, go Pens. Welcome in, buddy. Cam. Old friend of mine. Glad to have you here, my guy. Thank you for the contribution as well. Love you, brother. Thank you for stopping in, as always. It's going to be 2nd and 4 here for the Steelers. Ben Skoranek motions over. He lines up right behind Darnell Washington. Scotty Miller now in motion as well. Hand off to Caleb Johnson. And he is going to get wrapped up around the neck and taken down by Malik Collins. And might give him a gain of 1 there. So 3rd and 3 coming up. It's going to be ticking down below 8 minutes here in a matter of moments. Collins, the former Houston Texan, I believe. Also maybe a former Las Vegas Raider, if I remember correctly. Jalen Warren in the backfield here to the left of Rodgers. DK Metcalf in motion. Rodgers rolling out to the right on a design here. Now back out to the left. Rodgers, he is going to chuck it forward. Is that caught by Jalen Warren? If it is, what a play! It is 1st and 10 Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, a designed rollout to the right as soon as the snap got off, then had to go back to the left when nothing was open. He had Myles Garrett chasing him from behind, and in between 2 Browns defenders, Rodgers just a flick of the wrist forward. It's caught by Jalen Warren, and speaking of catches, DK Metcalf, an out route here that he then cuts upfield. Another 1st down play right there, a gain of 15 yards. Aaron Rodgers with some magic right there. Outstanding. And just like that, the Steelers, they are into Browns territory at the 48. Metcalf now 2 catches for 44 yards. Warren has the handoff fake to him. Rodgers rolling out to the right. He's pointing to someone deep. Now he's just going to run out of bounds here. He might get a gain of 2 yards here. Rodgers was looking for someone deep downfield. Was expecting to see one of those vintage Rodgers flick of the wrist deep downfield, maybe towards the end zone. Not the case there. Glad to see that he still has the mobility, though. Had a defensive lineman chasing him all the way throughout that play and still got positive yardage. Great stuff there from A-Rod. Jalen Warren motions now, lines up besides the left tackle, Broderick Jones. Rodgers to pass. Firing, caught there by Darnell Washington. 1st down Steelers. Had a defensive end and a corner around him. Took both of them to push him out of bounds. Another set of downs coming up here for the black and gold. 2nd catch of the day for Darnell Washington, I believe. Using the tight ends a ton more without Calvin Austin in the lineup today, just like we wanted to see. I think they also popped up the stat earlier. Coming into this game, just 162 total yards of offense from the tight end so far, second worst in the league. This one, though, to Darnell Washington, it's incomplete. Rodgers had 3 Browns in his face as he rolled out to the right. Washington just dropped that one, and now it's 2nd and 10. Now they're talking, Evan Washburn, the sideline reporter, they're talking about Darnell Washington, 6'6". He's got to be at least 3 bills of tight end. Could be a lineman if he wants to. But when you can get a big man out in space like that with the football, why change him to a tackle? Jonnu Smith, the fullback here. This one is pitched to Kenneth Gainwell, and he might have had something cooking there if he gets off to the races. But it's a false start for the Steelers. And it's DK Metcalf who gets the penalty there. Is he even lined up on the side of the field that the play was going there? If so, you can't have that. Washington now is going to come back into the game for the Steelers. Not lined up as a down offensive lineman here. Now we got on the left side here, we got Spencer Anderson in the game. Jumbo tight end package to the left here. The Steelers are telling you, Browns, where the ball's going to go. Back to Rodgers. It's a screenplay to Kenneth Gainwell that side. It's Spencer Anderson out to block, and Kenny G has a solid gain right there. And real quick, Aaron Rodgers walking with a Steelers helmet right there. Looks like Isaac Seumalo lost his lid right there. Had Malik Collins doing battle with him. Good game there by Kenny G. Spencer Anderson one-on-one with Devin Bush, the ex-Steeler there. It's going to be 3rd and 9, so they got almost half back what they needed there. Rodgers in an empty backfield. Back to pass. Rodgers fires to Kenneth Gainwell. He is going to go down at the 30-yard line, not even close to the first down marker. It's going to be a gain of 2 here, and Chris Boswell, I think for the past 2 weeks, has not had that much action in terms of, going out there kicking field goals. He's now going to come out for his 3rd field goal try of the day. Had a 44-yarder on his first attempt, a 50-yarder on his second. This one from the left hash, it's going to be a 48-yarder. It's on the way, and it is good. My goodness. I might as well just hit this every single time he jogs on the field because that's how automatic he is. And now, the Steelers with a 2-score lead. It is 9-0. 7 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. Thoughts, opinions, questions, reactions to what is going on right now on the field between the Steelers and the Browns. Get those in there right now. Shout out to my buddy Cam in the comment section with a super chat right there. Appreciate you, Cam, as always. Going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in a moment. The Browns offense and the Steelers defense going to do battle again here in a moment. 9-0. The score that everyone predicted up until this point. The Steelers winning this one right now. Kickoff here from Chris Boswell again is fielded by Dylan Sampson, and he might have a hole here. And wow, Juan Thornhill sending Sampson end over end, 22 on 22 right now. And a flag is down at the 20 and also down on the field. Miles Killebrew, the Steelers special teams leader, please tell me he is all right. He is gripping at his knee right now. That is not a good look. And players immediately are taking knees all around him. It's a holding on the return team. But the flag doesn't matter right now. Miles Killebrew down in pain, gripping his knee. Please tell me that he is going to be all right. They went to commercial immediately here, so that gives you a indicator that that's going to be a pretty bad injury, and it's going to take him some time to get off the field. Freight train in here. Nice cut by DK Metcalf on that catch from Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, very nice catch there by Metcalf. Hell of a play by Rodgers, though, that last drive with Myles Garrett just chasing him. He's able to not even, bring back his arm, just push it forward, literally, and get a first down to Jaylen Warren. And it was an outstanding catch by Warren on the play, too. Had to lunge for that one. Freight train again. Boz his money all day. Yes, he is. Number 9 getting tons of action here today. 44, 48, and 50 yarders he has made. Outstanding stuff from him. Real quick, a look at the scores around the NFL right now. Update on the Ravens and Rams. Baltimore and LA still deadlocked at 3 apiece there. Ravens have the ball, though, and they have entered into Rams territory, I believe. Cowboys up 10-7 on the Panthers. The Seahawks up 10-3 on the Jags. Patriots up 14-13 on the Saints. The Saints hanging in that one. And the Dolphins, they're leading the Chargers right now. So some scrappiness from the 1-4 teams right there. Dolphins and Colts. Dolphins up in that one 14-7. And that is all the games that are going on right now. 425 slate. Of course, we are going to be watching Bengals and Packers. And then tonight, hell of a game on Sunday Night Football this evening. Lions, Chiefs. We'll definitely watch that one. See if the Lions can send the Chiefs to 2-4 on the season here. Look in here. We're getting a look at the injury for Miles Killebrew as we come back from a break here. No TJ Watt on this first snap against Cleveland's offense here. Quick screen pass out to Jerry Jeudy. Gets a gain of about 3. The replay there of Miles Killebrew, it looked for the most part like that was a non-contact knee injury. And when you hear the words non-contact knee injury, I think all of our minds are going to go to one place there. So prayers for Miles Killebrew. Freight Train, I see a comment there from you. That better be true. If it is, that's going to be funny. Throw over the middle, caught by Jerry Jeudy at the 28. First down for Cleveland. Freight Train, is that true? If it is, I will laugh. My timeline right now, it's all Steelers, and it is. Holy hell. Oh my God. What a past 3 weeks for Penn State football. That's crazy. James Franklin fired by Penn State. I guess his opening remarks after they lost to Northwestern. I'm all in on these guys right now. They're not all in on you. You're all out, bud. 1st and 10 there for the Browns, and getting home and getting the sack ahead of the 2-minute warning. We were just talking about him not too long ago, but Derek Harmon in the backfield with Alex Highsmith. They combine on the sack. Harmon does most of the celebrating. He's at least getting half of one there. And the Steelers, they get to Dillon Gabriel again. And it's duck on duck crime right there. Harmon, the 1st-round pick out of Oregon, stacks his old quarterback, Gabriel, the 3rd-round pick. Duck on duck violence there. Barstool reported, I'm a PSU fan. You're a Pitt guy. Yeah, I mean, I would say, my condolences, but there's always, like Penn State gives Pitt a little brother mentality. And we're like, play us. Let's see. And Penn State doesn't want to play Pitt. And now, turns out Penn State doesn't want to play Pitt for the reasons of it would be a blowout in Penn State's favor. Penn State doesn't want to play Pitt because we got a guy in Mason Heinchel. Kid's an absolute dog. And Penn State, they have completely crapped the bed. And you guys are in trouble. I don't mean to, pee on the grave of James Franklin's coaching career at Penn State right now, but let's just recap everything. Okay? Penn State, they embarrassingly, Penn State first, they lost to Oregon in overtime. They then got embarrassed by UCLA, who fired their head coach a week earlier, and they had an offensive coordinator who didn't know all the play calls himself. Then you lose to Northwestern 22-21 yesterday. Derew Allar gets a season-ending injury in the process. You had, I think I saw a 5-star wide receiver recruit decommit. There's another 5-star running back recruit at some high school near Pittsburgh who's not all in on Penn State anymore. And now James Franklin gets fired on top of it. So, freight train, it had to happen. Lose to the Ducks, and the team quits on the coaches, especially after those 2 losses to UCLA and Northwestern. It had to be time there for Franklin. I think, Pitt has, more Power 4 wins this year than Franklin does in the last 5 years or something like that. So, yeah, it was time. 2nd and 14 here for Dillon Gabriel. Pressure all around him. He's going to fire, and it's going to be well high for Isaiah Bond. Flag is down here in the backfield. The Steelers got pressure again. And Tomlin, he's waving out there right now. Oh! Illegal use of hands to the face on Cam Hayward. Could have swore that was another penalty on the Browns O-line. And, yeah, I do see that, though. That one was pretty obvious. Cam Hayward looks like he's setting up the left tackle, KT Levison, for old Undertaker Kane chokeslam right there. So that's crazy. 1st and 10 now for the Browns. They got 1:54 on the clock and 2 timeouts here. They have this ball at their own 30. Dillon Gabriel, handoff here and running to the left. That is Jerome Ford. Gets 1st down and is knocked out of bounds. So an 11-yard gain there for Cleveland and a new set of downs. See now, how is my Twitter feed? It's slowly getting taken over by Penn State stuff. From the Browns 42 here, 1:47 on the clock. Flag flies immediately. Pass over the middle here. It's caught by Jerry Jeudy. He's now going to run to the left there, and he's going to get into field goal range. Let's see what this flag is, though. Big gain for Jeudy there. And it's on the offense. Illegal formation on the offense, so bring it back. That's on Cam Robinson, the left tackle again. Gets flagged right there. Did not clear the belt line of the center right there, so there's another costly penalty for the Browns. Robinson still frustrated at that call, and now it's 1st and 15. 8 penalties in the first half here. 5 on the Steelers, 3 on the Browns. The refs made it a little bit about them here. Steelers, they rush 4. Gabriel back to pass, firing over the middle, caught by Njoku, and he is going to be slow to get up. Caught that ball at midfield. It's about a yard or two shy of the first down. It was Juan Thornhill, while Njoku was in the air, shoulder right to the stomach area, to the midsection, and Njoku went down immediately. And he may be catching his wind here. Who knows what is wrong with him there. That was a big hit there from Thornhill. Let's see here. Caught, and it looks more like it was towards the hip that Thornhill's shoulder made contact. And Njoku's up and walking off under his own power here. That was a big hit there. 2nd and 1 now for Cleveland. Dillon Gabriel in this Browns offense, if it wasn't for penalties, putting together a decent 2-minute drive right here. 1:25 on the clock. Now Browns have 1 timeout remaining. That injury that stopped the clock shaves 1 off. Steelers look like they may rush 4 here. It's Watt, Herbig, Harmon, and Azezi Otamemwo is getting his first action of the season today. Those are the 4 that rush Gabriel here. It's going to be taken on the handoff by Quinshon Judkins. Gets ahead for 4 yards. It's going to be a 1st and 10 here. New set of downs for the Browns. They move quickly. Gabriel back to pass. Throwing towards the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. And it's a flag on the play, and this is going to be on the Browns. Jerry Jeudy and Joey Porter Jr. tied up. The ball was behind both of them. And Porter, he was the one who actually, was making an attempt to catch that ball. And he goes down. That's got to be on Jeudy, this flag. Come on. Offensive pass interference. Porter's nodding his head. Oh! Penalties on both teams. The Steelers with a roughing the passer. And Jesus. I can actually see that one. Patrick Queen just destroyed Dillon Gabriel in the pocket. And yeah, there was a holding on Jerry Jeudy there. So offsetting penalties. Still 1st and 10 here from the 45 of the Steelers. Gabriel back to pass on a slant. Incomplete there, looking for LeVar Dane, and Joey Porter Jr. Little simmer down action right there that he always does. Great coverage there on the rookie. 2nd and 10 now. Exactly 1 minute to go here. Cleveland looks like they are just about in field goal range for the kicker Schmitz. That field goal range marker, it's at the 36. Gabriel back to pass, looking to his left, fires. It's caught by, I believe that's Jerry Jeudy, and out of bounds. We'll see if they give him the first down. Not sure if he got it there. They're definitely in field goal range. He goes out of bounds. And yeah, they do give him the first down. So the 55 seconds now there. A 10-yard out and catch there by Jeudy. Resets the downs here. Cleveland still with 1 timeout. Steelers. Looks like they may rush 5 here. Looks like they may rush more. They rush 5. Gabriel over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Jerry Jeudy. Had to feather the needle between 2 Steelers converging on Jeudy. Couldn't thread it enough. Patrick Queen, the middle linebacker, rushing with Peyton Wilson. He was up there. TJ Watt, Derek Harmon, and Cam Hayward. Want to see more of that. The Steelers pressure this young quarterback. It's what Dick LeBeau would have done back in the day. Let's see more of it here. 2nd and 10. Again, Steelers lining like they might blitz 5 here. Peyton Wilson now creeping up as well. Steelers rush 4. Gabriel stuttering in the pocket. Gets rid of it. It's caught by Fannin, the tight end, and he is going to get a gain of at most 5 yards right there. It's going to set up 3rd down here. Brandon Echols off the bench in on the tackle there. And no, it's not going to be a gain of 5 here. They're going to give it a gain of only 2. How did I misjudge that one that bad? I guess they pushed Fannin back far enough. He was still trying to gain yardage. They took off a couple there. Schmitz, the kicker on the sideline, still warming up. Browns will, I think, get the ball back to begin the second half here. Timeout was taken by the Steelers with 45 seconds left on the clock. They get a stop here on 3rd down. They'll be able to stop it again. Maybe have around 35 seconds with no timeouts to give their offense a chance to get into field goal range. 3rd and 8. The towels at Acrisure, they are waving. Gabriel motions Sampson out of the backfield. Empty backfield. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Gabriel back to pass, looking to his right. Throws, caught by Sampson. He is going to be close to 1st down yardage. Are they going to give it to him? And they are signaling 1st down. I don't know if he got there. That's close. They have to do this virtual measurement, in my opinion. Where's the virtual measurement? Is that available? You got to get a look at this here. Come on. I don't think so. To the comment section real quick. Echelon, welcome back. Told you guys Echelon would be in here at some point. What's the sack counter at? I think we're at 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Derek Harmon's got one. TJ Watt's got one as well. They are going to leave it as a 1st and 10 right now. The Browns took a timeout, so they now have 38 seconds and no timeouts here. Let's look here, and yeah, he just got the 1st down there from that sideline view. The digital line there for the 1st down marker was a little off. Gabriel with a running back to his left. That's Judkins. Takes a snap, looks to the left, fires short here to Fannin. He is going to be tackled down at the 19-yard line. His forward progress was stopped. 27 seconds and winding down here. Brown's going to try to hurry things up here. Looks like they are going to run a play. They're not going to spike it. From the 19. 2nd and 5. Gabriel back to pass. Throws a quick out here to Njoku. He's got the 1st down at the 12-yard line. And out of bounds stops the clock. So Cleveland here, 11 seconds. Might have a shot at the end zone here. One shot at the end zone from the 12. And then they'll bring on the kicker, Smites, or Smits. I don't know how you would pronounce his last name. So Gabriel breaks the huddle. Jerome Ford, the 3rd down receiving back for the Browns, to his right. And now the Steelers, they're going to take their last timeout of the half before this play. Want the Browns to think about it. Maybe give their guys who have been out there for a good bit some time to catch their breath. 11 seconds on the clock. Kevin Stefanski in the ear of Dillon Gabriel before he heads back out to the huddle. Aaron Rodgers in his ball cap on the sideline, still looking on. Here we go. This is from about the 11.5. Ford the back to Gabriel's right. Two receivers at the top. The tight end Njoku in near the line. Gabriel to pass. Short here behind the line of scrimmage. Jerome Ford. And he's out of bounds. Loses a yard on that play. Ran into one of the ball handlers on the sideline there. So 2nd and 12 now. And with 7 seconds on the clock here, looks like the Browns are going to kick the field goal. No, they're going to go for it here. 2nd and 12, 7 seconds. First down marker is at the 1.5. But maybe they're either getting a similar play like that, a quick out to someone who may get out of bounds and stop the clock, or something to the end zone. Gabriel in an empty backfield. Steelers rush for Gabriel firing towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Patrick Queen, he was covering David Njoku. Queen got a hand on it, I believe. If not, if that gets through clean, I'm not sure Njoku catches it. Deshaun Elliott might have a pick. He's standing right behind Njoku there. Great play, nonetheless, there by Patrick Queen. Steelers almost getting a takeaway there. Here is Andre Schmitz. This is going to be a 31-yarder from just inside the right hash. Snap down, kick is up. It is good. A chip shot there. Clock hits 000 in that half. It is the Steelers 9 and the Browns 3. An AFC North rock fight. That, of course, has to happen. It has to be no touchdown, no offense, all defense type football. Half Cleveland 3, Steelers 9. And the Browns, they will receive the second half opening kick. At half, Dillon Gabriel, 13 for 18, 92 yards. Aaron Rodgers, 12 for 19, 120 yards. On the ground, not much going for either squad. 13 carries in total for the Steelers for 46 yards. The Browns, 9 carries amongst their collection of running backs, 31 yards. Quinshon Judkins, the fantastic rookie out of Ohio State, who is probably, the guy to watch most on this Browns offense, other than Dillon Gabriel, just 6 carries for 14 yards. So it is a defensive stalemate right now. And we will see if that continues, see how these teams adjust when they come back in the second half. 11 of you in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button. Taking a quick subscriber count look here. We are at 595 subscribers. So thank you to the beautiful new subscriber that has hit that button. Now 5 away from 600 here on the channel. Let's see if we can get to it here today. Be back here. Halftime going on. We'll be back here in a little bit. We'll be back just before the second half kicks off. Right now, Steelers 9, Cleveland 3. Stay where you are. Back right before the end of halftime. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Eagle calling the Steelers-Browns game. He's a comedian. Steelers and fans in that stadium have been waiting for a touchdown. The first touchdown of the day, who would have guessed, was scored during a flag football game at halftime. But that is the reality we live in. 9-3, the Steelers winning right now over the Cleveland Browns. And uneventful, to say the least, first half. It has been all defense. Both running games for these teams haven't been able to get going. Just not much going for either squad. 31 rushing yards for the Browns, 46 for the Steelers. It has been a rock fight. Chris Boswell, death taxes, Boswell down the middle. That has been the deciding factor so far in this game. Today, the Browns, they put up their first points of the game as time expired in the first half. So we are on pace to have a 15-6 final today, probably. So we'll see what the second half has in store here. The Browns, they are going to start out with the ball. Dylan Sampson and Jerome Ford back to receive this second half opening kick from Chris Boswell. QB comparisons: Rodgers 120 yards, 12 for 19. Gabriel 13 for 18 for, I believe, something along the lines of 86 yards or something like that. We'll see if there's anything interesting that happens with this game here in a moment. Kickoff here from Chris Boswell. It's going to be fielded at the 1 by Dylan Sampson, running to the right. He's going to get absolutely blown up there by Jabril Peppers and Connor Hayward. By the way, special teams unit for the Steelers making a good tackle there. We got an update during halftime from Steelers PR person Bert Lawton. Miles Killebrew, special teams captain and leader for this Steelers team. He has ruled out the Steelers. They have already ruled out Miles Killebrew. It was a non-contact knee injury. Very worrying stuff right there. And from the sounds of it, it'll be bad, just like we all think it is. First down run here for Quinshawn Judkins from his own 22. He will fall ahead up to the 26. Also, while we've been live here, we've had some other big news. Penn State in the college football. Penn State firing their head coach, James Franklin. A $50 to $55 million payout now for him that Penn State owes him to just sit on his couch and do nothing, pretty much. This is at the 26-yard line here. Gabriel back to pass, looking to the left. Flag is down at the line of scrimmage, and Jabril Peppers is acting like he has the ball here. And we got a flag here, and it's on the Steelers. The Steelers have the ball here. What happened? Oh my goodness. They're saying that Dylan Gabriel fumbled the ball and he didn't have control as the ball was thrown forward. It was recovered by Jabril Peppers. They said it was going to be Steelers' ball, but TJ Watt again getting called offsides. What the hell is going on with that today? You kidding me? Come on. This is ludicrous at this point. It's now going to be second down and 1. Ball is at the Browns 31. Fullback in the game for the Browns. And a flag before the snap here. False start on the offense, and that is going to be, again, Cam Robinson, the left tackle. That's at least his 4th penalty of the game. Had one where he wasn't lined up correctly in an illegal formation. And I don't even know if he false started there on that look. I didn't see anything there. 2nd and 6 now for the Browns. Gabriel with Judkins to his right, takes the snap back to pass, looking to the right, throws, and it is tipped up in the air. Oh, no, it's almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness, that ball hung in the air forever. Oh, my goodness. It was a throw to the sideline and out for Harold Fannin, the tight end. Darius Slay gets his hand in there. The ball gets tipped up into the air. And Patrick Queen came running over and was almost able to get his hands underneath that and pick it off. Damn. 3rd and 6 now. Browns 2 for 5 in that department today. Jerome Ford, the 3rd down back out there. Steelers rush 4. Gabriel back to pass. Throws. Batted down at the line. TJ Watt says, get that out of here. Great play there from number 90 in black and gold again. Had a chip from both the tight end Njoku and the running back Ford. And then as he was approaching the right tackle, Conklin got his hands up there, swatting that ball out of the air. The Steelers, they are going to get a punt forced on Cleveland here to begin the second half. 4th and 6. Steelers looks like they might be rushing after to block this kick. Are they going to rush to try to block this punt? They bring the house. Bojorquez just gets the kick off. Back to return, Keyshawn Williams. He had a dangerous return earlier, negated by a penalty. Brings this one out. Started his trek upfield from inside his own 5. He gets it back up here to the 20. And now the Steelers offense, who had their fair share of struggles in the first half, they will get the ball. 7 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. Please hit that subscribe button. We're approaching 600 here on the channel. Hopefully we can reach that today. Also, turn on notifications, like, share, leave a comment in the comments section. Thoughts, questions, opinions, reactions, anything on your mind about today's game or news in general surrounding the Steelers. Get those in the chat right now. Today's paid attendance, according to Steelers PR man Burt Lawton, 66,738 fans there packing into Acrisure Stadium. The first home Steelers game since week 2 against the Seattle Seahawks. So it's almost a month since the Steelers have played in the friendly confines of Acrisure Stadium. 9-3 the scores right now. Just got news that the Pittsburgh Penguins, they are on a jet right now. They are taking off to Anaheim. They'll begin a West Coast road trip tomorrow night against the Ducks, 10 o'clock. Puck drop there. Lines today from Penn's practice before their trip. Raquel, Crosby, Rust, Mantha, Malkin, Brazeau, Novak, Kindle, Tomasino, Hollander, Lizotte, Achari. So Connor Dewar, the odd man out in those lineups. Some changes to the bottom 2 lines right there. Chris Letang did not practice today. He is day-to-day with an injury. Did not finish last night's game against the Rangers. Connor Clifton and Matt Dumba, who have not seen regular season action so far this season, were rotating in for him on the bottom 4. So we'll see what comes of that. Penn's last night, by the way, is 6-1 loss to the New York Rangers. Pretty much got dominated. One positive, though, Ben Kindle scoring his first career NHL goal. So that's at least one positive to take away from last night's game. Mike Sullivan gets a win with the Rangers in his return to Pittsburgh. And back from commercial break comes the Steelers and the Browns. 9-3 the score here in quarter 3 of this so far pretty uneventful game. Steelers are going to start this drive from their 21. Jonnu Smith motions over. Looks like we might have a jumbo tight end set to the left. Pitch to Warren. He runs to the left that way. Tries to find a hole there, and he'll get a yard. Flag flies, though. Again, a penalty. Jeez Louise. Penalties left and right here. And it's a holding on the offense. That is going to be Zach Frazier, I believe, getting nabbed. No, it's Spencer Anderson who gets called for the penalty there. They're showing a weird graphic where TJ Watt and Myles Garrett are teaching a class of pass rushers, apparently. Huh. And Watt today, 5 tackles, a half sack, and a pass defense. Myles Garrett so far today, just 1 tackle. Aaron Rodgers with a quick pass out here to Kenneth Gainwell is able to drag a man, Devin Bush, with him for a couple extra yards. It's going to be a gain of 5 here. Second down coming up for the Steelers. 13:09 left here in the third quarter. Steelers, for a struggling offense today, going to go damn near the length of the field on this drive. Kenny Gainwell, the back again to Rodgers' right. Pat Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith, the tight ends, lined up as receivers at the top of the screen. DK Metcalf alone at the bottom of the screen. Rodgers hits Pat Freiermuth for a gain of, I believe that might be 10 yards there. Still going to be third down and 5 or 6 here. But hey, Pat Freiermuth, he's alive, ladies and gentlemen. He's not just running cardio out there. A look Pat Freiermuth's way. Those have been few and far in between so far this season. Same thing goes for pretty much the other tight ends. Great to see that there. Pat Freiermuth getting a target and a reception. 3rd and 4 here for the Steelers. Ball at their own 27. Rodgers taking the snap. Looks, fires over the middle on a slant. DK Metcalf couldn't hang on. Denzel Ward. Tight coverage. Rodgers looking for a holding penalty on Ward. Not going to get it. And the Steelers, they're going to punt it right back to the Browns here. We've seen that slant to Metcalf work a bit. Ball was on the back shoulder of Metcalf, and Ward getting around his front side there. No call. Corliss Waitman on to punt here. Gunners for the Steelers, James Pierre and Ben Skoranek. Waitman just got that punt away. And now we got a flag down. I think they ran into the punter. This taken by LeVar Dane, the return man. He's going to be tackled down at his own 34. Corliss Waitman up and stretching out his legs here. Let's see what this flag is. Is it going to be on the Browns? Are the Steelers going to get a free first down out of this? Let's see. Waitman, punt gets away, and yep, that is a running into the kicker easy there. It's number 99, Thomas, for the Browns. And it wasn't just, some little love tap. No, it was him completely wiping out the legs of Waitman right there. And it's a free first down for the Steelers. 1st and 10. Let's see where they spot this ball. They bring in Gene Steratore to try to make some sense of this. The Thomas there said he blocked the kick, but there's no clear evidence that he got his hand up there. Yeah, he wasn't even close to touching that ball, so I have no idea where he's coming from saying that I tipped it. There was nothing there. That is now 12 penalties in this football game. 7 on the Steelers, 5 on the Browns. It is ref ball in Pittsburgh, PA right now. Steelers line up here. Jumbo tight end set to the left again. Jalen Warren in the game. And it's a jet sweep here to Jonnu Smith. Steelers faked like they were going to run it to the left behind Darnell Washington and Spencer Anderson. Instead, it's a motioning Jonnu Smith who gets it. And he gets ahead for a solid gain. It's going to be 2nd down and short here. 2nd and 1. Exactly here. See here, maybe 2nd and 1. Could the Steelers maybe take a shot downfield here? Maybe get a little icebreaker here for this team. Now they change it. They're going to say that Smith got a 1st down. It's going to be 1st and 10 now. So never mind. Not a 2nd and 1. The referees changed their mind on the spotting. From the 42, Steelers in their own territory. Now it's jumbo tight end to the right here. Washington and Anderson there. Scotty Miller in motion. Hand off to Jalen Warren. They run opposite where the big bodies were, and Jalen Warren is going to get a gain of 11 and another Steeler 1st down. The Browns getting fooled, getting mesmerized by the big bodies on one side of the formation. The Steelers sending the ball the other way, and it's working. Back-to-back plays, back-to-back 1st downs for the black and gold. Let's see here if this is the Steelers gaining some momentum. Looking at the foot here of Jalen Warren. Looks like he's having a shoe issue, but he's going to stay in there and run this ball if he gets it. Gets the fake handoff there. Rodgers going to take a deep shot here. He's got DK Metcalf, and it is just short. Undershot Metcalf a little. And DK, with defenders quickly gaining on him, couldn't adjust. The corner, Tyson Campbell, stumbling there. And Metcalf couldn't get back to where the ball was. Landed about 2 yards short of where he was. Rodgers there, looking up at the sky like it's its fault. I guess he was expecting that ball to have more air under it, and it didn't. That was an interesting reaction there from A-Rod. 2nd and 10 here. Steelers on the Brown side of the field. Rodgers rolling out to the right. Fires over the middle. Caught by DK Metcalf. Up past the 30, the 25, and he's down just shy of the 20. If it doesn't work the first time, go back to 4. Metcalf. Solid gain there in a new set of downs for the Steelers as they approach the red zone. Caught that ball at about the 35. It ends, I think, just shy of the 20. Great play there for the Steelers. Great rollout and throw by Aaron Rodgers. He's fired up after that play is made. Metcalf today, 8 targets, but has only had 3 receptions, 69 yards. Rodgers takes the snap. Hand off to Jalen Warren. Finds a hole. Crashes into bodies. Then another 1st down run for number 30. Great play again in the running game for this Steelers team and the offensive line. Now finding some gashes here in this Browns run defense that has been pretty good up until this point. Another new set of downs. They just showed Arthur Smith on the sideline there, and backup quarterback Mason Rudolph, interesting, whispering a couple of words into the ear of Artie Smith. So wonder what Rudolph sees on the sideline, trying to get it relayed to Aaron. Rodgers takes the snap, hands off to Warren. He is going to, this time, be wrapped up from behind and only gains a yard. That is night for the Browns making that tackle. Came in untouched off of the left edge and right. Gets another tackle. He's been a little bit everywhere here today. Steelers now in the red zone. The Browns' worst red zone defense so far this season. The Steelers, they have been quite well in the red zone this year. Rodgers rolling out to the right. He's looking, still looking, fires. It is going to be caught for the touchdown, and it is the meatball. Number 83, Connor Hayward. The Steelers get in the end zone for the first time today. Who would have thunk it? Connor Hayward didn't even know he was out there. Rodgers, directing him as he was rolling out, told, hey, I'm going to the right. You go back to the left a little bit. And Rodgers hits him perfectly. Ronnie Hickman, the rookie safety in tight coverage. That is an elite throw there by Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers, with the extra point tacked on for Chris Boswell, have a 16-3 lead. What a drive there from the Steelers. They go 90 yards and cap off a hell of a touchdown drive. Once they got into the red zone, you had a feeling there was no stopping them. Rodgers rolling out to his right. Another beautiful on-the-throw pass on the money to Connor Hayward. That is the type of pass of elite quarterback that wins championships right there. And Rodgers still got that arm. Hell of a play right there. 11 of you in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Like this live stream. Share it. Leave a comment. What are your reactions to that touchdown pass? Rodgers to Connor Hayward. His first touchdown in I don't know how long. Honestly, he's been sort of the forgotten man in the tight end room with Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith and Washington. Great to see that he is getting a look here. What an insane throw. A nice catch, though, by Hayward to read where his quarterback was sending him and making that catch, holding on to it with a safety bearing down on him. Great stuff there from the Steelers. Back here in a moment. They extend their lead. A 2-score lead for the Steelers. Back here in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Steelers offense showing some signs of life. A successful drive against the Browns right there. This kickoff from Chris Boswell, fielded by Dylan Sampson, gets shouldered on his way through a small hole. He goes down at around the 30-yard line. The Steelers, excellent drive, capped off by Aaron Rodgers, throwing a dart on the run to Connor Hayward in the back of the end zone. Freight Train in the comment section. We haven't had a QB that can make that throw across their body like that since Ben. Was thinking that exact same thing, and I was waiting for someone to say it there, Freight Train. That was an elite throw there by Aaron Rodgers on the run, showing his mobility quite a lot today, getting out on designed rollouts, getting throws off directing traffic as well. Fantastic play there by A-Rod. Browns on their first play of this developing drive. It was a handoff for a couple of yards 3 exactly. So 2nd and 7 here. They just showed a graphic on CBS here. It is Wisconsin and Ohio State going to play each other next weekend in college football. And the Steelers, they have quite the familiarity with both of those schools, Ohio State and Wisconsin. Of course, the Wisconsin ties, T.J. Watt, Nick Herbig, Keanu Benton. Ohio State, Cam Hayward, Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, rookie quarterback who's on IR. Got a game update here. The LA Kings in Baltimore extending their 10-3 lead. Tyler Higbee, the tight end, with a touchdown reception. It is 17-3. The Rams over the Ravens. You love to see it. Love to see it. 16-3 is the score in this game. So almost identical scores there. 2nd and 7 here. The Steelers took a timeout. Their first of the half here. They got 2 remaining for the rest of this game. Gabriel, in an empty backfield, throws over on an out to Njoku, catches it, and is brought down. 3rd down now, and again, Njoku is down here, and he is gripping at his leg. And the injury bug now hitting the Browns. Jack Conklin, the right tackle, a couple of minutes ago, he's walking off to the locker room under his own power for the Browns. So they got a backup right tackle in, and Njoku, their top tight end, he goes down, was gripping near his calf, I think. So, man, injuries now hitting the Browns all of a sudden. Who's their backup right tackle in there right now? That is, I believe, it's not Luke Weipler. That's the backup center. Their backup right tackle on the depth chart here, it's Cornelius Lucas, but he's not available today. 3rd and 1 here for the Browns. Man in motion, it's Jerry Jeudy. Gabriel takes the snap, rolling out to the left, fires. It's going to be caught by Jerry Jeudy, staying in bounds and getting into Steelers territory before his momentum took out of bounds. Tried to tightrope the sideline there. It's a new set of downs for Cleveland. Jeudy, I think he was out shorter than where his whole body took him out of bounds. Yeah, he is way out of bounds, about 5 yards past the sticks there. So this ball, it's going to be spotted at the 48, still in Browns territory. Jeudy now 5 receptions for 43 yards today. It is Posick is the fill-in for right tackle right now. Tipped up in the air, almost picked off by Nick Herbig. TJ Watt and company on the sidelines with their hands on their heads. Nick Herbig at the right outside linebacker spot dropped back into coverage. Gabriel was looking for the running back Judkins swinging out of the backfield, and Herbig got his hand up in the air, tipped that ball to himself, and almost had a one-man INT right there. So close. 2nd and 10 now. So it is the center Posick for the Browns who has moved out to right tackle in place of Conklin. The backup center is Luke Weipler, Ohio State product. Gabriel firing over the middle, caught by Harold Fannin, and he finally is taken down by like 4 Steelers at the 35-yard line. Browns in the Steelers territory. Also, KT Leviston is in the game now for the Browns at left tackle. And as we're talking about college here, they're showing some college tape of when Nick Herbig was at Hawaii. Nick Herbig, not sure what college he was at there. Dylan Gabriel, I think he was the guy who was at Hawaii, showing some college tape of Herbig sacking Gabriel there. Have a bit of a stoppage here before the Browns go out there for 1st and 10. Darius Slay is going to come off the field here with 4 athletic trainers around him. Looks like he is trying to shake off something going on with his right shoulder. Jabril Peppers is going to come on the field now. Looking maybe at the right collarbone area of Darius Slay. Hopefully he's all right. Don't want, again, this is the first game since week 1 that the Steelers have had a fully healthy secondary. You'd hate for Slay to have an injury and all of a sudden the Steelers, their depth gets tested again. 1st and 10 here for the Browns at the 35. Gabriel faking the handoff to Judkins. Gabriel with time to throw. Hits his man. That is the tight end, Whiteheart. But Cole Holcomb, quick to pursue there, holds him for no gain. It'll go as a catch in the box score, but no gain. Great tackle there by Cole Holcomb. Haven't seen too much of him today. Now he comes off the field again. They've been using him sparingly. It's been Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen at inside linebacker for the Steelers for most of today. 2nd and 10 now. Gabriel. Judkins the back to his left. Back to pass. Pocket now collapsing around him. Gabriel takes a shot. Pass is incomplete. Harold Fannin, the tight end, had his hands on the ball but couldn't secure it. Had a step on Jalen Ramsey. Fannin, that's a 1st down catch all day. And it puts the Browns in the red zone. But it goes right through his hands, incomplete. Gabriel took a shot on the play as well from Alex Highsmith. And now it's 3rd and 10. And the crowd at Acrisure Stadium rises to their feet. 4:17 left in the 3rd. Gabriel back to pass. Fires short, and it is incomplete. David Njoku couldn't hold on to that ball. Drops. A case of the dropsies is running through this receiving core from the Browns today. There's another one right there. Njoku should have had it. Might have been able to get upfield for a couple more yards. Not sure he gets the 1st down. But the Browns, again, are going to need to settle for a field goal here. Andre Schmeitz, a 53-yarder from just inside the left hash. Snap down. Kick is on the way, and it is good. Looks straight and true for most of that. Then it started to tail towards the right upright there, but it goes through, and the Browns, they are going to add to their 3 points another 3. It's now 16-6. To the comments section we go here before the Steelers get the ball back on offense. Echelon Motion Pictures in here. We need that WR2 bad. Never want to see 11 personnel with 3 tight ends ever again. But I love Rodgers. Yeah, it's 13 personnel. Technically, 3 tight ends out there, but you had Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith at one point on that last offensive drive for the Steelers, both lined out near the numbers as wide receivers. And yeah, that tells you how the depth of this wide receiver core is right now. And I thought, Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith said something like, we could see bigger roles today from Roman Wilson and, Scotty Miller. I've seen Scotty Miller, but he's been running cardio. Roman Wilson, he has not been seen at all today. And that is a massive tell about how much confidence the Steelers have in him and how much they trust him right now. I mean, you're de facto WR2 and Calvin Austin is out. You are a 3rd-round pick, and you're not even getting playing time right now over Scotty Miller, who coming into training camp looked like a guy who is going to be fighting for, a roster spot, and Ben Skoranek, who's a core special teams guy. This is not a good look today for Roman Wilson, unless they somehow are saving him for a secret weapon in the 4th quarter, and then he goes out there and has 3 catches for 50-some yards on another touchdown drive. This is not a good look for Roman Wilson or his future with the Steelers right now. Not a good look. THP in the comments. First time we've heard from you today, THP. Welcome. Do you give up 118 yards rushing and 53 receiving yards to Rico Dowdle? Steelers, 8 quarterback hits, 5 pass defenses. Not bad. Just got on. Welcome, THP. It has been a defensive-dominated day for both of these squads. The Steelers finally figured out something with the Browns that last drive. But, yeah, your Cowboys right now, they are in it right now in a hell of a showdown with the Carolina Panthers. It's real quick here. This kickoff coming here from Andre Smites. It is going the way of Kenneth Gainwell. He's going to bring it out here. Kenny G on the return. Found a bit of a hole there, and then he gets tackled, I think, around the 25-yard line. The Cowboys right now and the Panthers, 24-20. That game pretty close, and the Panthers with the ball. Patriots up 25-16 on the Saints. The Chargers now up 23-13 on the Dolphins. Cardinals 24-17 over the Colts, and I think I saw Marvin Harrison out injured for the Cardinals. And the Rams right now, that game about to start the fourth quarter, still up 17-3 on the Ravens. Steelers back on offense here. They're going to start this drive at their own 27. Handoff to Kenneth Gainwell there. Kenny G finding a hole, and he gets first down yardage. Running into Ronnie Hickman. They exchange words. But it's a first down gain for Gainwell nonetheless. Steelers moving the chains again. And they're showing more highlights of the Cardinals-Colts game going on right now. Forgot, it's Jacoby Brissett today for the Cardinals. No Kyler Murray. He hits Greg Dortch on a touchdown pass. Rodgers, again, giving the rock to Gainwell. He runs up the middle, and solid gain there. Gets about 4 yards or so. Positive note here for today for the Steelers. They've had some scuffles on offense, but you haven't heard Myles Garrett's name all that much. He's been lining up all over the D-line. This time lines up at his normal spot at right edge. Rodgers, back to pass. Broderick Jones one-on-one with Garrett. Rodgers gets the ball out. Caught there by Roman Wilson. Say his name and he appears. He's no Joe Hendry. That's Roman Wilson. 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Excellent throwing catch right there. Rodgers to Wilson. He gets some yak after the fact. First down for the Steelers. They are into Browns territory again. How about that? We just said, where the hell is Roman Wilson today? There he is. 2:20 now here in the third quarter. Wilson again out there. Jumbo tight end package to the right of the offensive line here. Wilson motions out of there. Warren cuts back to the right. And he runs into Denzel Ward and Grant Delpit. And it's going to be close to a first down here for Jaylen Warren. Excellent 9-yard run right there, weaving his way through traffic. Darnell Washington just ran over, I think, a defensive end there, Thomas. Great stuff there from the Steelers blockers on that play. Warren breaking a couple of tackles along the way. 2nd and 1. 10 rushes for 52 yards for Jaylen Warren now today. Again, Darnell Washington out there. Steelers showing heavy run personnel. It's a pitch here to Jaylen Warren, and he is going to lose a yard here. Started his run to the right, tried to work his way back to the left. Nothing opened up for him, and it's Devin Bush, the former Steeler linebacker, who makes that tackle for a loss. Aaron Rodgers even out there trying to maybe throw a block for Warren along the way, like he did against the Vikings a couple of weeks ago. But now it's 3rd and 2. Rodgers scanning the defense there, seeing what might come his way. Takes the snap, back to pass. Rodgers Little toss over the middle there to Darnell Washington, and good luck bringing that man down. A big first down gain there up to the 25. A timing throw there, Washington and Rogers. Carson Schlesinger put in the spin cycle there, trying to cover two guys there. Rogers to the sideline there, giving a little one of those. Great play call there by Smith. Great execution by Rogers. Has now 3 catches for 62 yards today for Darnell Washington. He's had 5 targets. He's had 4 targets all year up until this game. So they're looking 80s away a bunch. Clock is going to wind down here, and that is going to send us to the fourth quarter. The Steelers up 16-6, and they are on the march looking to add to that lead. 12 of you in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Up to 596 subscribers here on the channel. We are 4 away from 600. Please give the channel a simple tap of the subscribe button. Help us get to 600 today. Appreciate you all joining me here so far. Back here in a moment. Steelers up by 10, looking to extend that lead. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes to go in this ball game. It has been a day of returns where Connor Hayward, he shows that he's a part of the offense. He scores a touchdown. Roman Wilson, he makes an appearance with a first down catch, and also making an appearance, my dad here, SCSR dad, back in the building. Aaron Rodgers back to pass here. First and 10. He's got DK Metcalf. He's a good luck charm. Touchdown. First pass that Aaron Rodgers makes here, and it's a touchdown to DK Metcalf. And the Steelers extend their lead. Welcome back. He's a good luck charm. Rodgers to Metcalf down the right sideline. The few times that Tyson Campbell has been one-on-one with Metcalf today, Rodgers has looked his way, and a majority of the time it has worked. It is now 22-6 Steelers. Extra point pending here. The serial killer, Chris Boswell, on to kick this extra point. Snap down, hold is good. Kick right down the middle. THP in the comments figured it was coming. Dad's here, and boom, Aaron Rodgers, the DK Metcalf, upon my dad entering the building. It is now 23-6. The Steelers extending their lead again. Took one play in the fourth quarter. And again, up now by 3 scores are the Steelers, 23-6. This game looking really, really good right now. Taking a quick peek here at the Rams-Ravens game. Has there been any score change in that? Still 17-3 Rams up in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes to go there. Ravens have the ball, though. They are around midfield. So we'll still score watch that game. Steelers defense about to have a chance to come back on the field and shut it down. If I had to guess there, you got a terrible towel right there. Oh, yeah. We might as well start waving it. I have a feeling that a certain song is playing in that Steelers stadium right now. Fourth quarter. Have Renegade here, get the defense juiced up, get the crowd going here. Try to close this one down, put it on ice here as this game is winding down here. Freight Train in the comments, another perfect throw by Aaron Rodgers. That was on the money. Outstanding throw there to DK Metcalf, just over Campbell, who is covering him. Rodgers, he's been on the money with some throws here today. Just really had one super bad one, and that was the deep ball to Metcalf earlier. That was about 2 yards underthrown. Other than that, not much to complain from Aaron Rodgers' game today, and he has been looking very spry, very mobile, getting away from pressure today. So now it's 23-6. An update, though, Darius Slay, we saw a little bit ago, was heading off the field with training staff, sort of shrugging his shoulder. He is now questionable to return, per Burt Lawton, Steelers PR person. So lasted 3 quarters. Not even that. The Steelers having a fully healthy secondary since week 1, and now Slay probably going to miss the rest of this game if I had to guess. If the Steelers defense is able to get a stop here, keep this lead where it is, no reason to put Slay back out there. Back from commercial comes the game. 12 of you in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button. We are still at 596 subscribers, 4 away from 600. Chris Boswell is going to boot this kick away. It's going to be fielded at about the 10 by Jerome Ford. Brought out here up past the 30, and it's Jack Sawyer, the big lumberjack linebacker from Ohio State, who makes that tackle. And on cue, we're just talking about him, showing Aaron Rodgers and the damn good throws he's had today. Showing the replay there of the throw to Connor Hayward that he puts on the money, directing Hayward back towards the middle of the end zone. And there's his second throw there to DK Metcalf. Most passing touchdowns by quarterbacks 40 years or older. Rodgers now in third place. I believe they showed there behind Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Gabriel here to start this Browns drive. Fire over the middle on a slant, caught by Harold Fannin. And he is still upright and finally goes down at the 48. Tell you what, Browns probably not gonna have too much success offensively in this game, but Harold Fannin, their tight end behind David Njoku, anytime he's gotten his hands on the ball today, he's been tough to bring down. That might be something they use moving forward. Gabriel, handoff here to Dylan Sampson. He hits a whole gain of 6 yards there, 7 yards there. It's going to be second down now with 14:07 and counting down here in the fourth quarter. Browns are moving quickly here. KT Levingston, another rookie of theirs, is now at right tackle there. They've been experimenting there. Throw over the middle. Oh! Almost picked. It was overthrown by Gabriel. Juan Thornhill, it was right at him. He wasn't expecting it. It was right in his breadbasket. Couldn't hang on. And I think David Njoku, the tight end for the Browns, he was slow to get up again after that play. Yeah, David Njoku, he is fighting through something fierce right now. He's been down a couple of times today. I think he's able to at least get off the field there. Is he on the field here? Number 85? Nope, he's on the sideline. He's off. Browns tight end, he is, credit to him. He's been fighting through it, but might have taken its toll now. 3rd and 2 here. Steelers rush 4. Gabriel back to pass at midfield. TJ's Watt after him.
There you go.
And that is incomplete. Watt got his hand on that football, and Gabriel skims that one towards the sideline. It's 4th and 2 now. Yeah, that would have been an incomplete pass. I was wondering if they were going to call that a fumble or not. TJ Watt, he has been unreal today. His only blight on his performance today, he's had a couple of offsides penalties. Now here we go, 4th and 2. The Browns are going for it. This could be the game right here, more or less. Gabriel back to pass. Steelers rush 5. Throwing caught over the middle. It's Isaiah Bond. He goes down. And a double whammy for the Steelers. Brandon Eccles, who came up to tackle Isaiah Bond. Bond slipped and sort of landed on the knee of Eccles. He goes down. Injuries piling up left and right for both of these teams right now. Oof. That was the shoulder of a slipping Bond right to the left knee of Brandon Eccles. And I understand why he's saying down. Got to count up, how many injuries there have been here today. You've had the right tackle, Jack Conklin, for the Browns. You've had the tight end, David Njoku, for Cleveland. And now the Steelers, they're piling up injuries on defense. THP in the comments here. I'm sure you spoke on it, but I still can't believe Penn State canned James Franklin. Crazy. They did something, though, that Penn State, after the day they had yesterday, they decided, hey, let's wait and let's do it in the middle of the Steeler game today. Trying to take some heat off of us. And now, James Franklin, he's going to get paid, what, $55 million?
Yeah, it's floating between 49 and 55, I'm saying.
Jeez. That much million to
50 is a close number.
To not coach. Man, if only we could have something like that. Back here in a couple of moments, ladies and gentlemen, the Steelers right now trying to keep the Browns off the scoreboard, keep this lead where it is. Back here in a moment. 11 of you in here right now. Hit that subscribe button. 4 subscribers away from 600 here on the channel. Back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They are showing that absolutely gorgeous skyline of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That shot right there, that's along the Allegheny River. Recognize that one. That is, you turn that camera 180, you get a overhead shot of PNC Park. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Browns. It's going to be at the Steelers 39. Gabriel back to pass. Going to float one here. It's a screen to Jerome Ford, and Patrick Queen just came up and blew up that play. James Pierre and company follow him on the way there. It's going to be only a gain of maybe 1 or 2. No, they're giving him a loss of 2 on the play. Guess they didn't count forward progress on that play. Ford, that was a loss of 2. He got free of Patrick Queen and tried to make an attempt forward. Gabriel back to pass here, 2nd and 12. Caught short here over the middle by Jerome Ford, tackled there. It'll be 3rd and medium here for the Browns. 12:46. Still have all 3 timeouts, though they're going to be running 2-minute offense pretty much for the rest of this game, trying to play catch up to the Steelers. Gabriel looking left here, or right, fires caught by, I believe that is Isaiah Bond again. going to be short. And 4th down here. Joey Porter Jr. on the tackle there. Made sure to hold down Isaiah Bond for a couple extra seconds there. 4th and 2 again. Browns, the Steelers, faithful at Acrisure Stadium. They come alive once again. 12:05 and ticking down here in this game. Gabriel, they show a heavy set. They run it right up the gut with Quinshawn Judkins, and he's got first down yardage and about 5 extra after. 1st and 10 again. And this also, brings up an interesting point. They had a defensive tackle in there playing fullback on that play. This is going to be from the 24 here. Gabriel. The pass, looking to the right. He's going to air. Where the heck is he sending that one? Out of bounds. Joey Porter Jr. locking up Isaiah Bond there. This brings up, the Browns finally getting somewhat deep into Steelers territory for the first time today. Brings up the point that the Steelers have struggled against, offenses running hurry up there. Patrick Queen came in and hit Dylan Gabriel as he let that ball go. Gabriel a little bit frustrated, and Patrick Queen, he's no massive linebacker still, though, outsizing the quarterback Gabriel. Steelers looking like they might blitz here. They do. They bring 6. Now 1 drops out. Gabriel rolling out to the left. Cam just trying. They throw to the end zone, incomplete. Cam is dog tired right now. He's trying to chase after Gabriel, and that is the most.
He did the.
That is the most. I'm showing like I'm chasing after him effort. That throw to Jerry Jeudy in the end zone for Gabriel. Jeudy had space, and it was just out of reach of him, so that could have very well have been a touchdown for the Browns. Disaster avoided there for the Steelers. 3rd and 10 now. TJ Watt down on a knee before he rushes here. Steelers looking like they might rush 5 or 6 here. We'll see how many they do. Watt looking here. And the clock hits 000. They got him.
They got him. Yeah.
Delay of game on the offense. Delay of game and send them back 5. 3rd and 10 now. Turns into 3rd and 15. That Cam Hayward trot after Dylan Gabriel. That's like when you're doing gassers in practice. You got like the last rep and you're like, yep, I'm there. This is going to be at the 29 here. 3rd and 15. Gabriel back to pass, firing over the middle. Caught there. Jeez. What a hit there by Deshaun Elliott. Flag is down. Another flag here. 3 flags down on the ground right now. And Joey Porter Jr., he's going to sit down as well. And the tight end who caught that ball, or no, that was the wide receiver, LeVar Dane. He is on sea legs right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's concussed.
Yep.
Joey Porter Jr., he's down.
He's wobbly.
Yeah, he's saying, like, I'm good right now, and you are not, brother. He's got 2 Browns staff members trying to keep him straight here. Let's see what this flag is. All right. So after all that, LeVar Dane getting hurt, Joey Porter Jr. Oof. I see why Joey, he's probably woozy himself. Porter tracking down LeVar Dane from behind. LeVar Dane takes a hit from Deshaun Elliott. They said the unnecessary roughness penalty was on number 22. That's Juan Thornhill. I think they meant to get it on Elliott for that nasty hit on LeVar Dane. Porter, who is behind LeVar Dane as he got hit by Elliott, sort of took a ricochet shot right there. And it's going to be first and goal here for the Browns. 11:08 left in the fourth quarter. PZ Jr. on the sideline getting checked out. I'm sure he's going through all the concussion protocols as well. Ball is going to be spotted at the 8-yard line here. First and goal for the Browns. Their first trip to the red zone today. Gabriel, hand off to Judkins, finding a little hole and is going to be down at the 5-yard line here. Browns hurrying their guys up to the next play. Isaiah Bond, the wide receiver, lines up at the top of the screen with Brandon Eccles. Judkins to the right of Gabriel. Steelers, they rush 5. Throw to the middle, tipped up in the air. Isaiah Bond, the receiver, on a quick crosser across the field, wasn't ready for that ball. He yelling at his quarterback there.
Yeah,
Hit him right in the head. Isaiah Bond running across the field didn't look for the ball. The ball hit him right in the head, and he was visibly upset. And it's third and goal now. The ball also tipped up in the air. Could have been picked off, but Steelers weren't in the area. Gabriel to pass here on third and goal. Looking to his right. Pass is incomplete. It's going to be a flag, though. Jerry Jeudy covered by Brandon Eccles. Jeudy was looking to run an out. Eccles fell down on the play, and Jeudy tripped over him. Let's see here. And, yep. Not sure who's really to blame. Both men were fighting and tangling up with each other equally, but it's always the defensive guy that's going to get nabbed there. Pass interference on Eccles. Mike Tomlin shaking his head there.
9 penalties.
And the Browns going to have a first and goal. Did you say 9 penalties today on the Steelers?
Yep.
My goodness. Undisciplined football. Mike Tomlin doesn't like that. Isaiah Bond motions from right to left here. Gabriel back to pass.
Get him.
Now he's going to be pressured, and he's going to sky that one. Can that be like intentional grounding or anything? Because he threw that into the suites behind the end zone. And that was about 10 rows up. Steelers brought, I think, 7 guys there. Pressure. Cole Holcomb and I think Alex Highsmith in the backfield. Forced Gabriel to get rid of it. 10:22 now left in the fourth. Second and goal here from the 3. Jerome Ford, the back to Gabriel's right. Jerry Jeudy motions. Gabriel looking to the left. Pressure. Nick Herbig.
Yes.
The Hawaiian boy, Nick Herbig. Pass rush extraordinaire gets to the backfield. It is a big loss. He was one-on-one with Cam Robinson.
Man, wow.
Little inside move, and Gabriel had nowhere to go. Man, 51. I'll tell you what, he is in for a big payday in the offseason. He keeps up like that. Has now 4 sacks on the day for the Steelers. The Wisconsin boys, Herbig and Watt with 2 of them. This is now third and goal from the 14. Gabriel to pass. Firing for Jeudy. Almost picked by Joey Porter Jr. Intended target was Jerry Jeudy. And JPJ had both hands on that ball. Just couldn't handle it. And it falls incomplete. And now Porter's down. Damn, he's down again.
All he had to do is knock the wind out of himself.
But, I mean, it has to be.
He's all right.
He's up.
He's all right.
He'll be
He's good.
good.
Landed on his back.
Yeah. He's even.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Porter was down there. He's walking off to the sidelines under his own power. Browns are going to kick a field goal here It would be 4th and goal from the 14, Andre Smites. I still don't know how you pronounce his last name. Haven't gotten a pronunciation sheet on his last name. This is going to be a 32-yarder, and it's from the dead center of the field. Interesting. Over on the right side here, you got Scotty Miller and Jalen Ramsey lining up like they're going to try to rush and block this kick. Smith's here. The snap, the hold from Bajorquez, and it is down the middle and good. So the Browns now 3 field goals, 9 points today. 14 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. We are quick subscriber count here up to 596 subscribers. 14 of you in here right now. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that little button so we can get to 600 maybe before the stream ends here tonight. 23-9, the Steelers leading over the Cleveland Browns. Hopefully the offense doesn't do what they did in Ireland against the Vikings. Maybe they can get a little bit of an offensive drive going here. Chew up some of this clock here. Defense did their part, held them to 3. Now it's the offense to shave some minutes off this clock. Back here in a few moments. Welcome back, everybody. The Steelers defense, thanks to a big sack from Nick Herbig, holding the Browns to just 3 points after they got to the 3-yard line. Kickoff here from Schmeitz. It's going to be fielded at about the 2 by Keyshawn Williams, and he is going to bring it out to around the 27-yard line here. Solid day returning up until this point for Williams. Showing a game that's coming up on next on CBS, 49ers, Buccaneers. Tell you what, we can't control, who CBS puts on in our area, but Bengals Packers is a layup. That one better be on after this game. 323 yards of total offense for the Steelers today. They're going to start this drive. Caleb Johnson, the big 6'2" running back out of Iowa, is in the backfield. Spencer Anderson, the backup offensive lineman, is lined up as a fullback here. Rogers stumbles.
Yeah.
He stumbles as he hands that ball off, and Johnson still gets it ahead for about 3 or 4 yards. Wonder if one of his offensive linemen stepped on the foot of Rogers there. Game update between the Indianapolis Colts and Arizona Cardinals, who, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who would have guessed it, those two teams right now fighting for the first seed in the AFC right now. Also, update on the Ravens and Rams game here after this point. Darnell Washington lined up to the right of the formation. Now back over to the left. Pitcher to Kenneth Gainwell. He's got bodies in front of him there. No gain. He lost a yard, actually. 2 Browns sniffing out that pitch the other way to Gainwell immediately. 39 seconds, now 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Rams are going to win that ball game 17-3. So the Ravens, with no Lamar Jackson and a defense battered and injured to hell and back, they are going to start the 2025 season 1-5. Who would have guessed it?
Good.
3rd and 8 here for the Steelers from their own 30.
Big man go.
Darnell Washington lined up like he's going to run a route here. And now clock hits 000 here. Timeout for the Steelers as the play clock ran down. Here's a look at Myles Garrett. Just 1 tackle today. Beautiful. Beautiful scheming by Arthur Smith to hold him to just a single tackle today. Beautiful execution by the likes of Broderick Jones and Darnell Washington and Spencer Anderson. A couple chips from the running backs as well who have held him to that total today. Steelers right now, 50%, 5 for 10 on 3rd down conversions today. They pick up this 3rd and 8, that would be massive right now. It's 7 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock. They get a first here. You wind this clock down most likely under 7 minutes. Rodgers had Gainwell motion out of the backfield, empty backfield. Rodgers throw in here to Gainwell, and he is going to get wrapped up by Schlesinger and taken down near the Browns sideline. So no 3rd down conversion, and Cleveland are going to get the ball back, 4th and 4. Corliss Waitman on to punt again. Seemingly all right after he was ran into earlier in the game. Bit of a high snap here. He had to jump forward. Boots this one away. Back to receive this one is Isaiah Bond. In great pursuit here by the Steelers. He now runs the other way. And Cole Holcomb just absolutely obliterated him out of bounds. Isaiah Bond there at a dead stop in the middle of the field with Jack Sawyer in front of him. He ran about 20 yards to maybe gain 2 over to his sideline. Browns offense going to go on another trek on offense here in a moment. Be right back. 12 of you in here, please subscribe. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We jumped the gun a little bit earlier. Now it is Renegade time. There in Pittsburgh. 23-9, the Steelers lead. 7:05 on the clock here.
Let's go, boys.
Defense. I'm smelling a turnover here. They've come close multiple times today. Tipped balls that could have been intercepted. Joey Porter Jr. had his hands on one on the last drive. Couldn't reel it in. Let's see if the Steelers can get one here. Handoff here to Quinshon Judkins running to the left. Bounces off of a couple of tackles, and now he finally goes down. Interesting lineup there for the Steelers. They had Nick Herbig rushing from the left there. Gabriel back to pass here. The sideline reporter, Evan Washburn for CBS, saying TJ Watt on the sideline right now, so maybe something to monitor other than, him just normally taking a few snaps off to stay at 100% energy. 3rd and 1 here for the Browns. Pass short to Harold Fannin, almost got the first. Run here to Quinshon Judkins, and that's an easy pickup for him. Gain of 5. New set of downs for the Browns. 6 minutes left in this ball game, and the clock is still winding down. Browns got to move a little bit more quickly than what they're doing right now. They're still going hurry up, but not hurrying enough. Gabriel back to pass. Pocket collapses around him, but he gets it off to Fannin, caught there at around the 50, and he gets up to the 48. Watt, they're showing on the sideline. Helmet on. Walking with his hands grasping his shoulder pads. Just a spectator right now. 2nd and 2. Gabriel all around him.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
No Watt, no problem. Nick Herbig rushing from that spot of TJ gets home his 2nd sack of the game. Just an absolute beautiful chop move to the left, or the right arm of the right tackle, KT Levingston. Gets by him easily. A sack there makes it 3rd and 8. Steelers showing blitz. They initially rushed, and now they dropped back. Gabriel, Jalen Ramsey after him, and he goes down. 2nd sack of the ball game for Jalen Ramsey. He can do it all. Very interesting blitz there from the Steelers. They rushed 6.
Him and Sawyer in his face.
They rushed 6. They dropped 3, and then Ramsey on a delay blitz came in untouched from the left. Gabriel, back-to-back sacks. 4th and 12. The Browns, they have no chance but to go for it. No choice. This is at the 42. The first down marker is the Steelers' 46. Back to pass is Gabriel. Throwing. It is tipped and incomplete. Almost picked. Darius Slay and many other Steelers in the vicinity. Patrick Queen, he's celebrating as he lays on his back, giving a little one of them. And the Steelers are going to take over in Browns territory. Again, the Steelers getting pressured. Daniel Ekwale. First time you've heard his name today with the pressure. And the fans there dancing in the stands at Acrisure Stadium. The Browns sideline. Lifeless. Disheveled. And completely disinterested. Defeated. For the rest of this ball game, pretty much. 4:02 on the clock, so still some time left here. Steelers with Caleb Johnson in the backfield here. Be shocked if they throw the ball at all, unless it's like a quick out to someone in space. Handoff here is to Caleb Johnson, and he is going to just get back to the line of scrimmage there. Second down now. Timeout taken by the Browns here. And we have a game update here. The Los Angeles Chargers, they kick a walk-off field goal. There's 9 seconds left, and they kicked one through the uprights. They win that ball game 29-27. The Miami Dolphins putting up more of a fight than I expected on the Chargers. So we should know that they are not an automatic win. Steelers play them later in the season, but to the Steelers' advantage, that will be in December. And we got some motion here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Browns sideline, and Mel Kiper's dream is going to come true.
Yes, it is.
Shedeur Sanders, he's got a helmet on the Browns sideline. Aaron Rodgers, on a designed rollout here, hits Jonnu Smith. He's going to be tackled just short of the first down marker. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 here for the Steelers. In my opinion, they're already in Chris Boswell range, so even if they don't pick up this first down, you send out the serial killer to put another 3 up on the board here. But Shedeur Sanders, helmet on the sideline. They just showed him walking there. Usually if a guy's about to come in, he's off to the side of the benches throwing. They have not panned the camera back on him since. 3rd and 2 here. Best record by a head coach versus rookie quarterbacks since 1950 with a minimum of 15 games. Mike Tomlin, 26-6. Don Shula on that list as well. 3rd and 2 here. Rodgers, Johnson, the back to his right. Handoff to Caleb. And the Browns get into the backfield, swarming him immediately. No gain. Alex Wright, Myles Garrett in there as well. Be interesting if they credit Garrett with a tackle there. It would only be his 2nd of the day if they do. 4th and 4 here. Timeout again taken by the Browns, and Boswell out there on the field. And I guess a false start here. Dylan Gabriel at least partially putting his helmet back on. The Wizard of Boz, 44, 48, and 50, the field goals he's made today. This one be his longest, 54 yards. This is going to be from the right hash. The way the camera's positioned, cannot see the flags at the top of the goalpost to see if there's a wind. Let's see how Boz does here. He's standing right on the Steelers part of the midfield logo. Kick on the way, and it got blocked.
Yep.
The Browns block that 54-yarder. Or did Boz slip?
He slipped.
Did he slip? The grass is all tore up there. Let's see here.
Oh,
yeah, he slipped. The Browns did not get a piece of it. Boswell, as his drive leg is coming through, the plant leg slips in the grass and tears a big crater in it.
Wow.
All right, so that one's not on Boz. We got to put an asterisk next to that missed field goal.
That's a big divot.
That is a big divot.
That's a big, as long as his legs are all right.
Yeah, he did go down to the ground, but popped right up. He's shaking his head on the sideline. No trainers are checking him out, so looks like he's good. But instead of the Steelers going up 26-9, the Browns now have it at their own 44. Jack Sawyer and Nick Herbig, the edge rushers here. Gabriel back to pass. Gabriel pressure all around him. Just gets it out of there to Jerome Ford. Oh my goodness! Patrick Queen, a heat-seeking missile just destroyed Jerome Ford. Spun away from, I believe, James Pierre's attempt at a tackle, but Patrick Queen came over and leveled him. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. Browns hurry up offense again. Gabriel dropping back to pass. Looking. Another check down here to Jerome Ford. This time he returns the favor on Queen. Queen and Ford meet again. This time it's Queen going down on his ass. And speaking of going down, Jabril Peppers, he's now down. Looks like his back, or maybe he's
trying to roll it out. Yep, lower back.
Let's see here. Peppers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Peppers was the first one to meet Jerome Ford there. And he tried to go low on the tackle. Queen came in, and as he hit Ford, also jarring the neck of Jabril Peppers. And another one of those things there. Peppers, thankfully, he just walked off the field under his own power. He's still trying to shake out that neck, back injury, whatever he's got. Hopefully he will be all right. Showing the game summary up until this point. Rodgers today, 21 for 30. Was approaching 300 yards passing today. 2 touchdown passes. One of them to DK Metcalf, who's got 4 catches, and I believe 95 yards. 3rd and 1 here. Browns give it on the ground to Jerome Ford. Again, a conversion. 1st and 10 now. From the Steelers' 42 here, Dylan Gabriel takes the snap back to pass. Fires here. Tipped off the left hand of Isaiah Bond. Maybe a miscommunication. If not, it was a really bad throw by Gabriel, and it might have gone right to Brandon Eccles here. And oh my goodness. PHP, you still here? The Carolina Panthers have just kicked a walk-off field goal, and they take down the Dallas Cowboys 30-27. Insane. That's hilarious. 2nd and 12 now. Second and 10. 2:12 left on the board. Gabriel gets taken down in the pocket, but he got the ball out. Are they saying that's a live ball? No. They're saying it's incomplete here. Steelers rushing for Jack Sawyer getting in there, along with Otamewo. Incomplete pass. Watt and Hayward on the sideline chatting it up. No real use of sending them out there at this point. 3rd and 10 here. Yeah, I like Sawyer a lot too. He's lined up at left OLB. Nick Herbig the other side there. Gabriel over the middle. Caught, but that's going to be short. Flag is down. Harold Fannin never got touched while he was down. He's still up, and he's inside the 20. Finally gets taken down. Let's see here what the flag is, though. And it's offsides here on the defense. And that is on Joey Porter Jr. Wonder how he was lined up offsides. The Browns declined that penalty. A big gain, I think they said, of 24 yards here for the Browns. They're inside the red zone. THP in the comments reacting to his Cowboys losing. Bad defense and coaching today. Trust me, I'm not surprised. Cowboys defense allows a 6-minute last drive, LOL. But how about my Colts call 9 wins? Yeah, you did call the Colts to be better. Who would have thought them and the Steelers probably the 2 best teams in the AFC right now. They take down the Cardinals, I believe it is who it was. So good on the Colts. The Cowboys, however, man, that's a rough one to lose against the Panthers. 2 minutes left to go here. The 2-minute warning has hit. Back here in a minute to wrap up this game between the Steelers and the Browns, 23-9, Pittsburgh in the lead. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They are showing a Ferris wheel on the Clemente Bridge in Pittsburgh right now. There is no way in hell that I'm getting put on a Ferris wheel that if it tips over to either side, you are going for a swim in the water. 2 minutes left here. Browns with the ball at the Steelers 18. Gabriel back to pass. He is going to fire this one, and it is too high for Jerry Jeudy off of his hands. James Pierre in coverage. 1:55 now, 2nd and 10. As if this day couldn't get any better for the Steelers. They on the road to a win here against the Browns. And the Baltimore Ravens, not only did they lose to 17-3 to the LA Rams, there was late in that game, a lateral Cooper Rush to Zay Flowers that was in the dirt. It was a live ball. The Rams recovered it, and the Ravens were booed off of their own home field again. Gabriel, back to pass, gets it off to Jamari Thrash for a short game. Jack Sawyer running the arc there, came in untouched, and he leveled Gabriel. And there's a Brown down, and it's Cam Robinson, the left tackle, face down there, almost motionless. Hopefully he's all right. He is tapping his right hamstring there. There's a double team, Joe Batonio and Robinson. And the Sawyer, he came in untouched and hit Gabriel from behind, which left the quarterback the right side of the offensive line is his blind side. And as Sawyer was hitting Gabriel, Sawyer took a good chunk out of the back of the legs of Robinson as well. It's going to be 3rd and 6 here with 1:34 left to go. And another commercial break. THP in the comments again. My mom graduated from Texas. We got 2 wins over the weekend over here. Plus the Stars beat the Avs. Yeah, Stars and Avs, that is always a damn good game to watch in the NHL. But yeah, Texas, they get the win in the Red River rivalry yesterday. So congratulations also, THP, to your mom. Graduated from Texans one time. Hit you with the horns up there. Congratulations. And THP as well. So in your opinion, does Gabriel look like anywhere decent to move forward for the Browns? I mean, for Browns quarterback standards, he's serviceable. If you're talking about long-term NFL starter, probably not. I mean, Gabriel through 2 games. The Browns have only put up 9 points so far today, so he's going to get knocked there. But then again, he's been average, not good, or he's been average to below average. And he's gone against 2 outstanding defenses in the Vikings and the Steelers. That 3rd and 6 pass right there was looking for Jerry Jeudy again on an out there. And James Pierre, I'll tell you what, last year he was pretty unbearable defensively. This year in, a relief role, he's been damn good. Gets his hand in there to break up that pass. 4th and 6 here. First down marker is at the 8. This ball will be snapped from the 14. Ford to Gabriel's right. Back to pass is Gabriel. Firing over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Was looking for Harold Fannin again. And it's a turnover on downs. The Browns are out of timeouts. Aaron Rodgers, for the first time at Acrisure Stadium, he is going to head out and take some victory formation kneel downs. That pass super high for Fannin. And it's passes like that, THP, to finish answering your question, that is going to keep him from being a long-term quarterback in the NFL. He has sailed the ball a ton today. Long-time backup, could definitely see that in Gabriel's future. He's good in a couple game spurts, but not off to a solid start, 0-2 to start your career. I know you're on the Browns, and you've played against 2 great defenses but was not a good showing here today. THP, happy for Rodgers. Steelers are going to be in it. Right now, they're going to move to 4-1. Baltimore and Cleveland, they are going to be 1-5. And the Cincinnati Bengals, if the Green Bay Packers show up against Joe Flacco, they're going to be 2-4. The Steelers, they are in the driver's seat. They control their own destiny, and they definitely going to be in it. I'd be shocked if they're not odds-on favorite to win the North after today. They may even be in it for the number 1 seed. THP here. But TBF, to be fair, the Browns don't have much talent, but we'll see. Yeah, that's the only, caveat I'm giving to Gabriel. He's in quarterback hell with the Cleveland Browns. If he goes somewhere and lights it up, would not surprise me because that's how the Cleveland Browns are. Lance 3-3 here. Harmon and Elliott really make the defense look different. Yes, they have. They have been missed at certain points this season. I believe in Ireland last week was the first time they played together. This week, they have been a massive difference. Clock counts down 3, 2, 1, and the Steelers are 4-1. The final score, an ugly game. To start out, the first half was pretty ugly, but that's AFC North football. But then again, kind of was right, said it would be close for a good part of that game. Was 9-3 at half, and Steelers end up winning by more than 2 scores, 23-9. The final here today. Last comment here from THP. Actually, another comment from Lance as well. Wild NFC North injuries happen, and you take advantage. And the Steelers, they are taking this opportunity that they have with a division that has no Joe Burrow for pretty much the entire season. No Lamar Jackson right now. He'll be back after the Ravens bye week here coming up next weekend. And the Browns, they's the Browns. And last comment here, SESR, Dad with the guest appearance for the dub. I mean, he comes in here and immediately Rodgers to Metcalf for 6. So good luck, Charm. Might stop by.
By more often.
Got to stop by more often. Good omen right here. Steelers final score 23-9. That is going to wrap things up here, ladies and gentlemen, on stream for over 3.5 hours with you beautiful people here today. All around good game from the Steelers. The scoreboard might not have been as lopsided as it should have been, but the offense, they finally figured things out against a pretty good Browns defense. Their offense is just so abysmal. And the defense, no turnovers. They should have had, can anybody keep count of how many turnovers they should have had today off of tipped passes? But they came out and played holding the Browns to 9 points. And now it is on to Thursday night football. Ladies and gentlemen, please come back here Thursday. It's going to be a short week here on the channel. We'll be live tomorrow night to break down what has happened in this game and to talk about all other Pittsburgh sports news that's happened over the weekend. Tuesday, I'm sure, will be a similar live stream where we'll talk about Mike Tomlin's press conference. As a matter of fact, scratch that. He might even have his press conference tomorrow on a short week, if I remember correctly. So we'll have tons and tons and tons to talk about tomorrow. Similar thing on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll be back here live again for another Steelers game day live stream. So with that, it's going to do it here today. Last couple comments here from Freight Train Lance and THP. Great win. Rodgers in the offense looked good. Defense still stepping up. Lance, another great show. Hit the like button and subscribe to show support. THP, later, buddy. Great info. Steelers W and the boys. We'll see you next week. Thank you to you three chiming in as always. Regular viewers, thank you to all of you who came and stopped by today, whether you just tuned in for a couple of minutes or, stayed here the whole time. Shout out my good buddy Cam coming in with a $5 contribution. Appreciate you, Cam. Appreciate all of you. back here tomorrow to break down, I'm sure, tons to talk about from this game and so much more. And then we'll be back here for a game day on Thursday. One final time, please hit that subscribe button. We are still hanging around 596 subscribers, so 4 subscribers away from 600. We'll see if we get to it before Thursday. If not Thursday night, maybe we get it then. Also, like this live stream, share it, leave a comment in the comments section after effect what your thoughts were on the game today. Also, go give the channel a follow at Steel City SR on Facebook, Instagram, and X. That'll do it. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. Now we go and we hate watch the Bengals and the Packers, who are coming on here shortly. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. On behalf of my dad and me, peace out. See you back here tomorrow. If not, back here on Thursday for another game day.